Greetings, and hello to you, brave citizens of our new world. It is I, Toronto's greatest supervillain and evil genius, Dr. Terrawad. This is our Lair 4.0, and we're having ourselves a time getting set up here. We're playing ourselves some more Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. When last we left off on the adventures of the B team, they had been making their way through Waycrest Manor, down in the far southern reaches of the continent of Emerron, down in Alderth here. And we're just getting set up here. MB's just getting set up because, as some of you know, and some of you don't, NB has moved in with me recently. We are just choosing to keep each other company over the holidays and during the last stretch of this pandemic, hopefully, as things are crazy, and we're just getting, as it's not a big place that I live in, so we're trying to get set up in such a way that we don't accidentally get hurt on each other's microphones. That said, hello everybody who's in the chat. We got Mr. Classic Magic, we got Care the Volcano Shark, we got Balthus Homewood, we got Rust, Mercenary Pen, Nova Geist is here. Hello everybody. So let's get down to our players, and we'll get to NB as they get their setup currently set up. Off the top of our list, though, we've got Esteban coming in as our skeleton archer, Talrand.
Good evening, everybody.
Okay. There we go. And we've got Raynor coming in as Drakiar, our draconian sorcerer.
Things went boom last time.
And we've got Keldaka Gray coming in as Sneck, our kobold cleric.
If I wasn't supposed to smite the infidels, why are they so easy to kill?
And, of course, we've got Quad coming in as Alloy, our warforged warrior.
I'm about to beat up a bunch of peasants, aren't I?
And we've got Palanthier playing Caleb, our Air Genasi rogue.
Oh God, this monitor's burning my eyes!
There was a lot of murder.
Fine.
And last but certainly not least, we've got Embisaurus Rex playing Piffles, our Goblin Bard.
Don't you put
Oh.
But it you?
You do also, yes, you put it in your mouth a lot. Thank you for the hydrate and the posture check, Esteban. I'm going to take the goddamn it.
Sound high
Give me
enough,
a fucking
guys?
doctor's appointment. Stop it.
Mm-hmm. And guys, we're not exactly making we're trying to make the impression that we're not murder hobos.
Every adventuring party is murder hobos to an extent.
Murder hole.
I take offense to
I'm a
that.
murder
I
goblin.
own property.
Now, as we get back to the place here, we were in the depths of Manor Waycrest. We were sort of deep far under the, well, not deep and far, but we were underneath the manor proper, and had been digging their way around our adventurers, finding all manner of strange and interesting things within this place.
Drakiar and Alloy were busy transporting bodies.
Yeah, there was a run-in of cultists who were in the room here who were experimenting on some dead werewolves, and they opened the door up over here and then lit that room up with both fireballs from Drakiar and also from the Goblin Bard's weird bagpipes that shoot fire on occasion. And that room being summarily cleaned out, though, the explosion drew the attention of some of the servants of the manor as they came down the stairs and were summarily beaten to unconsciousness by Alloy.
To be fair, a fight would have drawn just as much attention.
Tolerant also helped. Also, Raynor, your mic
Possibly
keeps
more.
crackling weirdly.
You got a bit of a crackle on the mic there.
I didn't hear it here. Oh yeah, there it is. A little bit of pops happening there.
Anyways, yes.
Yeah, so, as you guys were in the basement here, you had eventually found your way to the singular cell of a man who had been blinded and crippled in the legs and was in sort of a makeshift wheelchair behind some silver-infused bars in a large cell all by himself.
Grunkle Calvin.
Yes, this person did identify himself as Calvin Minstrel, the great uncle of Caleb.
It's a small world after all.
So what are you guys doing?
I feel like Calvin and Caleb were still in conversation, were they not?
They were. It was in this moment that we sort of revealed this character's origins and interests, and then moved from there to the end of the show proper. But yeah,
just trying.
I'll take that off. And there's also a ludicrous pile of bodies, which is correct, but I'll just remove the text.
People,
Yep, thank you.
so we should probably do something about that.
All right.
Or we're just
Don't
gonna end
put-
up with more bodies.
Don't put the bodies in your mouth, Piff.
But jerky.
No.
But jerky.
We don't have time, Pickles.
We don't have time
think
to
it's a
make
little-
butt jerky.
I put
And I think it's a
salt
little over-
in my pockets for this.
I think it's a little overcooked for jerky.
Could just be smoked. Very nicely smoked. And
Charcoal is not very tasty jerky.
Ooh, people crackle though, like on a pig, but it's people.
Pickles,
Crying out loud.
we don't have time.
I mean, people
Wait.
is the other white meat.
And probably tainted by dark evil magic
Baby.
from whatever underlord they worship here.
Tainted or
It-
flavored.
It might not be safe for consumption.
It might taste like tongue zaps, like when I put my tongue on the pestle at Shaman's place.
Stop doing that.
Oh,
Tainted like the kill you kind of mushroom. Let's not go there, okay, Piffles?
but we should be doing something about all the people that keep coming down the stairs, or we're just gonna have more bodies that I'm not allowed to eat.
We should go up.
I'm just EXP grinding here.
We should probably go up the stairs.
We should
There's more to explore down here.
probably continue exploring the underground basement first.
This
Then maybe
raid
we
is
should
kind
block
of
the
slow,
door.
guys.
Maybe we should block the door from being open so it's like jammed or something.
What? The door at the top of the stairs?
Yeah.
About it, we're gonna be
Is there a door
dead.
at the top of the stairs?
Let me check.
I thought there was. I thought the description was they kept opening the door and coming down the stairs.
Well, you'd hear a sound of a door opening and closing, and then someone coming down the stairs. But there is no door at the top of the stairs. Looking up the stairs, it goes into like sort of a medium lit room, where you can see sort of some barrels to the right side, and the wall continues on the left.
So,
Can we drag all the bodies in with the blind guy?
I think they're fine where they are.
Caleb, what would you like to do about your grunkle?
I don't know. I mean, this is my. And I just turned to Calvin. She never talked about you.
And he kind of leans his head back and forth and goes, I wouldn't imagine she would.
Like, he just points to like the claws and the werewolf fur. Did this happen recently, or were you always like that?
Sometime after your mother left, But we have always been a bit of an outcast sort, our family. Seems you've fallen in with some interesting people, keeping up the family tradition, I see. And he smiles a big toothy smile. You can see some of his teeth have become sharp.
Yeah, without even realizing it.
He just like sees his compatriots start dragging in bodies and walking out to drag in more.
It's fine. Do not worry about it.
You said, all right. He just turns back to Kelvin. You said that the vampires were trying to experiment to see how long you could stay in this form.
Yes, he like deflates a little bit in his chair. They're trying to see how long we can withstand this before we degrade into monsters full time. Eventually, if you stay in this state for too long, even when the moon wanes, you will not be able to change back into your mortal form.
Why would they do that?
I'm not sure. They're playing a larger game than I know. All I know is that I am a specific pawn, and they have me where they need me. However, he smiles a bit, I now have me where I need me as well.
Do I overhear any of this conversation from the other room?
Roll me perception. No. Sorry. They're having
Alright.
a closed conversation in like 2 rooms away from you, so...
Yeah, it's just like, I was the one reading the book, so I might actually have some answers to those questions.
That's okay. Calvin, sort of with the bandages still on his face, points his head up to where you're standing and says, "It should be fine. I'm not sure what your intentions are within the manor, but you appear to be doing well for yourself." Z kind of like leans his head to look past you with eyes that can't see. So, what brings you here?
Right. We came here. I came here with my friends, finger quotes, in order to find a friend's daughter. She's been taken by the vampire curse, and we don't know where she is. We've been told she might be somewhere in this manor.
Looking for a specific vampire. Curious. Clearly you're no friend of their kind, but you seek
No.
one that they are perhaps holding prisoner.
We're not entirely sure.
We're not sure where she is. Talrin pulls off his mask. We're looking for my daughter.
He sort of turns his head towards you and sniffs at the air a little bit. And there's like the faintest look of confusion that crosses his face as he does that, and then he just shrugs and goes, "Okay, I don't know anything about a girl or a vampire that's being kept somewhere."
I don't believe she's here. We were sent here to investigate what's going on with the moon, which we're pretty sure is related to here, judging from all the necromancy that we felt. Or the mage. Our mage kind of looked at this fortress and went, "Oh boy, that's a lot of necromancy."
Who sent you here specifically?
The hunt mistress.
And he turns his head a little harshly. It's like kind of it sort of twists and his neck cracks a little bit as he does, and then through gritted teeth, "Maria, always a rocky relationship with the hunters we have had. Understandably so. But we've pressed for many years to be allowed to exist in secret beneath the city. It does not always go our way, especially during these hunts.
No. Maria definitely gave off the vibe that she would welcome a peace, but is suspicious of it.
He scoffs at the remark and sits back in the wheelchair with a thud. I don't trust any peace that she would bring to our people that is not at the end of a blade or the tip of a gun.
That's fair. The piece we'd like is mostly so far away from the tip of the sword that they can't hit you with it anymore, so...
Well, such a place clearly seems to exist for some of your compatriots, Caleb. I hope one day such a place can exist in other areas as well.
Your lot, if you followed the rules, would certainly be more than welcome.
He scratches at his chin with some of the claws on his right hand, running it through a ragged, filthy beard that has been growing over the days. An interesting proposition. What more could you tell me of this? No! And he holds up his hand. Say nothing. Not yet. Not now. It is still too dangerous. The noise you've made will still draw more people down to this area. Eventually they'll stop sending servants and they'll come to check on this themselves. If you make yourself scarce, hopefully this will be seen as perhaps just an accident in some majory that they've been committing down here for experiments. I will remain here. But when you are finished with your business, perhaps if you are also finished with this manor at large, we could talk more.
Alright, I just give a bit of a look at Talrand and then turn back to Calvin. Once we're done here, I'll come back for you.
He nods in your direction. For now, arrange the bodies in a way that it looks like some kind of accident, and then make yourself scarce. Try to avoid suspicion as much as you can, until you find what you're after and you can escape safely.
Alright, look back at the bodies, then look back at Sneck and Piff.
We can do that.
Piff, you have that empty jar of napalm, right?
Yeah?
We might need to break the jar.
That's kind of what I was thinking. We break the jar and then have all of the bodies. Oop, hold on. Basically, if we break the jar over like here, and then we can have all of the bodies spaced out as though they got blown, rather than having them, because the fireball was like right here, so they all got hit coming out from that. We can just move them so it looks like the blast came from here, and then they all just got blown back from wherever they were in this direction.
I could use prestidigitation to clean up the previous scorch marks and make scorch marks on the table.
I think we still need the blast to be in about the same area because that door is unrecoverable, and a blast here would not cause that kind of damage to the door.
Okay, so you can have the blast in the same place because it just looks like somebody dropped something you were carrying. And just
Somebody-
literally drop the glass bottle where the blast marks were, and then just put the corpses back where we found them.
And just for some ungodly reason, somebody seemed to have a jar of fucking napalm.
Yep.
And then we should
People do
put a
that. I do that. That's not uncommon.
Then we should try to put a pool of blood at the bottom of the stairs, and the 3 servants looking like they came down and then slipped and fell. The first one came down and slipped and fell, and the other 2 being total
I have a
fucking
better
idiots.
idea for the servants.
I
We'll
mean, the
just
servants
take-
are still alive.
They are not dead. We unconscious them, and now they are living with the bodies.
Right.
Anyone got a memory altering spell?
No.
No, but we can just put them in with the half comatose werewolves.
That seems like a terrible idea. This next plan of feeding poor peasants to the werewolves.
We might
Puppies
have to.
gotta
to
eat.
We might
Puppies
just have.
gotta eat. And-
We might
and
have
I'm
to just. We might have to just brain them and finish them off, so they can't. So they can't speak of that we're here.
They were barely coherent enough to recognize that we weren't supposed to be here. Trying to get any information out of them is going to be like trying to drink a burger through a straw.
You can have
Ooh,
no
I wonder if you could do
witnesses.
that. Sounds tasty.
Somebody was here who wasn't supposed to be here.
It's a great
Was it the dead
thing.
body? I don't know.
I could just
Yeah.
make us a bunch of people sandwiches. And we could check
You
them
could
with
literally just
those.
like strew them about the room with the rest of the bodies if you wanted to like make a confusing scene for whoever else comes down here next. Additionally, though, thank you to Cato GFX and D Snacks for the follow. That was a little earlier, I believe, before the stream, but it was still between last stream and today. If you guys are here, hello and welcome. And yeah, so if I understand it correctly, you guys want to place a thing here, like a smashed jar of accelerant, and then put the bodies strewn around the room, more or
Basically
less
put-
where they were.
Yeah, basically
Yeah.
just put them back where we found them, because that makes most sense from where the explosion came from anyway.
All
Does
right.
anyone have a? Does anyone have
one-
a spare book?
No, I think the glass jar will be plenty.
He
No,
wants to
we
take
gotta
the book on
explain
the.
where the experiment book went.
Yeah.
It blew up.
It exploded.
Yeah.
Yeah, except at that distance,
It
there'd
got
still
set
be
on
something
fire.
left.
There are people dead right up to the table line. I think we're good.
What are you
And,
guys gonna do with the unconscious peasants?
So, unless if anyone severely complains, Tyrant, inspires this body to bleed some more,
Mm-hmm.
so that there's a pool of blood, and then just makes it, runs blood on the, rubs the feet of the still living servants in the blood, and creates slip marks, and them having just brained themselves unconscious on the floor.
Yeah. Okay.
Remember to untie
I'll just,
that one.
I'll just put them around like so. That one's tied up. Do you guys untie the unconscious guy?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you've created a scene. In terms of believability, I'm trying to think of what the role would be for this.
Investigation
Deception?
versus
Bluff or performance.
performance.
Yeah, maybe performance. Performance would be a good thing, I
Might be
think.
performance. Who would like to lead this role?
Piffles,
Well,
what's your performance
yeah,
at?
I was gonna say I got that good sweet performance.
Yeah. Roll me performance, Piffles.
Can we give her the
I will
I'm-
if I can scroll on my character sheet.
I am
Hang
aiding.
on.
If anybody
I'm
else would
really
like
good.
to assist, they can also roll performance. And then if you get over a certain amount, then I'll say you can add like an extra 2
Aw, for
to what they're doing.
sakes.
Okay, so Rainer assists.
I rolled a fucking 4.
Esteban does not.
Hold on. I roll mine.
Sorry, that's a shit performance roll. Usually I'm better
It's
at
okay. It's
that.
+6. Like, it's
Yeah,
rolls
that's what I
happen.
mean. Usually
Not a
I
help.
am a lot better than that.
Anybody else gonna help? We got one,
Oh,
two,
did a better performance
Sure,
than
why
me.
not?
3.
An alloy.
All right.
An
so
alloy
that's
has a -2.
That's a 2, 4, 6. So that is 16 ends up being the performance roll with what you've got here. And I think I've actually
Average.
got a picture for like a shattered bottle
Nice.
that I can like drop on the floor there.
I'm really good at altering crime scenes and getting away with murder.
I listen to a lot of crime podcasts.
Hello, you're rather good at this. Do you have experience?
No, Wesley. So we'll put the shattered bottle of accelerant, even though it looks a lot like blood, sort of in the middle of the floor of the room there. We'll sort of zoom in on our little situation that we've got going on.
It's red napalm.
All right. And the door, we're gonna say we've just like left on the floor in the other room, blasted off its hinges, and yeah. Do you guys head back through the door that way?
I used prestidigitation to clean any blood marks that was in the other room.
Talrand
Solid
checks out
move.
this door.
Walking up to that door, it is not locked. Do you open said door?
Yes.
It's a body room.
Yay!
It is a room filled with a ton of corpses that have been placed around. It seems as though a lot of these bodies are a mixture of werewolves as well as people wearing servant garb, similar to the people that came down the stairs a moment ago. There's really only, like, of all the corpses that are in here, like maybe 2-3 dozen people, there is... like, out of the remains, you'd say that, so the remains of about 2-3 dozen people, you'd say that there's maybe like 3 or 4 servants amongst like a number of just random peasants and werewolves.
Okay.
He's in the body room.
I'd go in and take a search through just to see if there's anything notable in here or if it's just bodies.
Roll me perception.
Fucking nothing.
It's gross in here, and on top of being really gross, it's also super dark. Alloy, what's your passive perception?
14.
Sweet. You hear someone come into the room at the top of the stairs. And you hear them calling down the stairwell. You can't see them from where you're standing, but you hear them calling down the stairs. Servants? Servants? What have you found?
Perceive.
Are you guys gonna cheese it?
Yeah.
I chuck one of the servants up the
Palantir.
stairs.
Palantir.
Yes.
Cheesing it. We're cheesing it.
We're getting
Ah, jeez.
Zip. There you go. So as you guys are kind of getting through the door, you see coming down the stairs and looking around, you see a woman come down, but she appears to be, curiously enough, floating about 2 or 3 inches above the ground as she does so, and she's wearing very fancy clothing. Like, this would be the sort of clothing that a lord or a lady would wear, as she sort of glides down the stairs. Making her way to the bottom of the stairwell, she looks around the room at like this explosion and all of these bodies and the unconscious people on the floor, and she floats over to the center of the room here, and you see her pick up a little piece of the glass and hold it up to her nose and smell. You see her, like, as she's sniffing the glass, she sort of recoils her head a little bit, looking around the room with like a look of confusion on her face, and she's like, "What were they doing with this?" And then she like quickly glides over to the door to ensure that that the prisoner is still held in his cell. Doesn't necessarily say anything, just quickly glides over, has a look, and then glides back into the room. And as she floats there gracefully, she looks around the room really confused. And then she floats over to one of the servants, gently she very gracefully lands upon the ground, cupping the servant's head in her left hand. She lightly taps him on the face. He's like, wake up, wake up. And the servant sort of shakes their head and looks around, looking very almost inebriated. And she goes, what happened down here? And the servant just sort of shakes his head and says, not supposed to be here. Not supposed to be here. She's, yes, I know you're not supposed to be down here, but I told you to come down and find out what that noise was. What happened? And she's just not supposed to be here. And he keeps shaking his head, and she goes, ah, and grabs him by the face and crack! Snaps his head to one side, and puts his body on the ground. Shaking her head, she stands up and then begins to sort of gracefully float once again, her clothes almost following in that ethereal weightlessness. As she looks around the room, sees the other two servants who are lying unconscious, she rolls her eyes and shakes her head, and then glides back up the stairs and disappears.
Well, damn.
I think we got lucky.
Like, maybe run a little bit? I don't think we get a chance
No,
to
because
do
we
that.
do not want to alert the feral werewolves.
That are chained up in that room down there. Because God
Oh,
knows what kind
right.
of noise they could make.
Shit. We could
Let's
toss them
go.
a servant and then they won't make any noise.
Let's make our group stealth roll.
Oh shit.
We are still stealthy, so alloy roll with that +10.
Yeah.
Well,
Is it
plus
just
one.
alloy rolling?
Actually, if you guys are going to move as a group, yeah, it's just alloy, rolling with disadvantage, but still adding 10. So with an 18, you guys managed
I thought
to
we were
across them.
going. Oh, whatever.
Yeah, if you guys
Sorry.
are rolling for stealth and you're moving as a group, you roll as one roll, just with the lowest person rolling.
Sorry, Rainer, what?
Forget it. Just let's move on.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, so you guys make your way back into the area, eventually leading to the large space that was filled with food and mixtures of barrels of wine or magically preserved blood.
Oh, there. Yeah.
Should
And
we
then-
take some of the blood in case we run into the vampire, or if we
We
need
already
to, like...
took some of the
Right.
blood wine.
Okay, good. I'm still pretty sure this is a vampire.
And just taking straight blood would involve us carting a barrel of blood around.
For later.
What's behind door number 4?
We have water skins. We can't put it in a water skin?
Getting up to that door there, did you
Not
want
if we
to
wanna use
attempt
it for water.
Perception, see what's on the other side there?
Mm.
13. It's real quiet and pretty spooky.
I'm gonna try and do a perception.
It's real
even though
quiet
I'm
and
real
pretty
bad at
spooky.
It's just like I was watching the 3D die roll, and it just like it was 16, and then moved over to 6. It's like,
Ooh.
oh,
What do I perceive?
So, standing around that area with your goblin ears, your big old gobbo ears, you can hear in the distance, just on the edge of the awkward and awful silence that is this place, you hear people arguing.
Guys, 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 guys,
Yes, Piffles?
guys. I hear people, and they don't sound very happy with each other, and it reminds me of being at Gray's when the baby ends up in the pot, and she gets real mad at him. There's some like yelling going on around somewhere.
You hear it coming from around this area.
I'm sorry, did
Which
Piffles
area?
just run up the wall and, stand on the wall above Alloy's head?
Little bit.
We're just
where-
like, how is she doing? And then she's back down again.
Yep. It's all that sweet gobbo energy.
Glitch.
Where do I hear it from? Sorry, I had to zoom out my screen so I can see everything.
This door
Over
down
there.
here.
Oh, okay. It's coming towards the end of the hall. The door, like to our right, left,
Is-
left,
is
right.
it-
She holds up her hands and makes two L shapes. Right. Right.
Okay.
It's there's stuff coming, and she points to like the door over.
Stuff, sorry, stuff coming? Like
There's
stuff
stuff.
coming
There's
towards
stuff.
it?
There's stuff making noise over here, and I don't know if they're going to come or not. But they're yelling, and it's over here.
They
Okay, well,
apparently
they're-
did not
they're-
hear the
they're
fireball
mad.
then.
Move forward quietly then.
All right.
Talron
Do I
tries
hack
to
in?
move forward
Why?
sneakily on his own.
On his own. You guys are gonna move as a group, or are you gonna move individually?
I was
Uh,
gonna stay behind
stealth.
just a little bit.
I'm going to let Caleb and
Okay.
Talron go take a look first before
Alright.
moving in.
Roll
I'm
your
gonna get a little
stealths.
closer.
You guys. All three of you who are moving up to investigate, roll me some stealth.
Stealth.
We
Okay.
got 14, we got 17, and that's still plus 10 because you're still within range of Talrand here.
Yes, Talrand is always within range of
There
him.
you go.
Somehow
There we
the
go.
the noisy
Holy
goblin
sh-
becomes silent as the
Yeah.
night.
You are
I am stealth.
uncomfortably quiet. As you guys get to that corner and peek around, you see another body pit. But what is strange about this particular body pit is that, not only is it not closed, but you can see that there is trails of blood going from the stairs behind this door over here. And these appear to be bodies
pit.
of not of any of the servant people who are working in the manor, nor of any of the werewolves, but just like bodies of random people of the peasantry.
Ah,
Where all the blood in those barrels is coming.
Okay, I'm gonna move to about here.
yeah.
That's where the fighting is coming from, Dre.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can listen for anything specific or just take a peek through the keyhole or something.
Yeah, roll me perception.
Alright, percepciones. Uno, dos, tres, taco. Tequila!
Perception patronum. Oh shit, son.
You know
Nice.
everything.
Wow.
Oh
We got
shit,
some
son!
good roll.
On the other side of the door, you see that there is a closed room with some candles and some painting in a big circle on the floor, which I decided not to put in there. But there are two cultists who are very specifically arguing with one another, shouting back and forth. One of them is just like, I do not understand. I don't understand what the meaning of any of this is supposed to be. It's like, the master's will is his own. It is not our place to question his motives. It is our place to do as he commands, all in service of the god of graves. Thank you. Yeah,
Alright,
more or less. And the first cultist kind of nods and goes, yes, I know. None of this makes any sense. What are we to do? Continue experimenting on bodies? Where are these bodies even coming from? The other one gives him a very stern look and says, these are not questions we are meant to ask. I would not say such things if I were you. And the first cultist puts up his hands defensively and goes, yes, I feel as though that the Lord could perhaps be putting us to better use, as opposed to having us run about down here, skiffing all over the place with these corpses, doing nothing else but checking on rations and putting new people in servants' garb and bringing more bodies in, bringing in more people who've been brainwashed, etc., etc. Goes on and on. They could have any of the skeletons doing this, but they've got us down here. I came for bigger promises of power than this. The second cultist goes, all in time. And then, hold on, let me see if I can I just, if I select this and I'm like, put you on the map layer. Yeah, sweet. All right, it worked. Put you on the map layer. There we go. So now that's on the floor. Neato burrito. Awesome. Yeah. So the two of them then drop down to their knees and begin to mumble prayers in amongst the painted symbol on the floor.
All right, gonna turn to Talrind and just quietly whisper. Two of them arguing why this is happening, where the peasants are coming from. Something about some sort of lord demanding them to do this kind of work. Saying that, oh, they were meant for higher purposes, but they're down here doing bullshit. So.
It sounds like standard asshole underlord shit that we've encountered thus far.
Yep.
So we kill him or pump him for info.
We could just ignore them.
We could.
I don't like leaving. There's no way in hell any Drakier heard that.
I know, which I was just saying out of character.
We could just ignore them, but Talrand does not like leaving unknowns that could come from behind him at loud noises.
And taking them out could produce loud noises. And finding bodies is another question that would have to be explained.
There are so many questions that already have to be explained that an extra couple bodies aren't going to be the thing that, screws this on us. But since not having that conversation with Drakir, Talrin goes, I don't like leaving them here. Can you see what they're doing right now? They seem to have stopped arguing.
They're just praying to something on the floor.
That sounds like magic, and leaving them to do magic might be bad.
Mm-hmm.
So,
We could just bar them in there.
yeah, but with some of the shit we've seen, they might have things that will be able to get them out.
Hmm. So, do you just want to kill them then?
Yeah, I just want to kill them.
Alright. We're gonna need everyone on this. I'll just wait for Sneck, Drakir, and Alloy. Just come on in, we're going in for a murder sniffing adventure. Oh boy, here we go killing again.
I like how most of the chat is just like, kill them.
No, they're specifically saying specifically kill the loyal one, interrogate the cranky one,
And then kill the cranky one.
when you're done.
I was about to say, the cranky one was cranky because he's not more powerful than he is. He's currently just a servant, which means he still wants to be the asshole who orders other people to go murder people randomly.
We could kill them unmessily and very quietly and steal their clothes, and those of us that look close enough to humans could put on their clothes and then, try to fit in.
except those of
Easier
us with
sneaking.
the higher charisma scores don't look very human.
We got a good sneaker with our Air Genasi friend, and
Yeah, but I saw he has a
Alwyn
plus-
can pass for human but scary.
Yeah, but I saw they don't exactly have much to their charisma checks. Tauren has +0, Caleb has a +1.
True.
How do you know
And that I saw you rolling them a moment ago.
All right. No need to snap.
Yeah, if you mess over things, it tells you tells you what all the numbers involved are.
Wouldn't know that in character, so me suggesting that in character is not like god moding type shit.
Okay.
But like we could steal their clothes and then their fingers and then be servants and offer the vampires lady fingers.
Good God.
Because
Steal
everybody
their
likes good
robes and disguise
snack.
ourselves as them. That's a cool idea. And then also take their fingers and offer them to vampires and call them lady fingers. Get it? Finger guns. And I'm just like, oh.
Coming. Come on.
Alloy slow turning to Pipples, raising a rusty eyebrow.
That'd be like that.
She's like,
Sounds like you need a
gonna be
can
like,
of
it's all
WD-40.
good. It's a good
It's like-
idea. And lady fingers are delicious.
It's like one
because
of
of the nail polish.
it's like one of Cutie's drawings, just eyebrow going up.
You know that hydraulic.
Just turns over there, raises an eyebrow.
Alerts the enemy.
Oh.
Now we should probably one of these days actually update our tokens to use the new cutie art.
That would be fun.
One day.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so if I'm doing that, you guys are going to be able to hear my sound effects. There we go. You guys might... That might be a little bit crackly for you, but I think it's, I think it's going to
Okay.
be
I
can still hear you.
something. Yeah.
It's good. I just turned down the volume on my browser so I don't hear it too loud.
Ah. Alright, sweet.
Okay,
That's a
do
lot
you
of
want to
crackling
sneak
coming
in and
from-
prepare to stab one of them?
Yeah. How do you guys wanna play out your surprise round? What do you guys do?
Can I carry my 25 stealth and just run up to him with a dagger and stab him in the throat?
Well, I mean, you can run up and stab him, but whether or not that's gonna kill him outright is dependent on what happens.
Let Caleb get his sneak attack first.
So,
Oh,
Caleb,
he
you
has a twin.
wanna-
Yeah, that.
Caleb with a 27 stealth, like you with the
Yeah.
assistance of Talrund, you are moving so very quietly. If you guys want to like open the door, the way that they're knelt, currently they are facing away from you.
Okay, good.
Yeah, they're
In that
facing
case-
towards the center of the symbol painted on the floor.
Oh, these
that
poor
case-
bastards.
In that case, I would just like to open the door quietly and sneak up on him. Let's call him Bob.
Okay, so
And,
this is
kick him out
cultist 1. That is cultist 2. This is the cultist who was cranky. This is the one who was more loyal.
Kill the loyal.
Yeah, I'll go after the loyal one then.
Okay. To maintain range on the stealth, Talrun, do you move into the room with him at least a little ways? Actually, no.
Why
never
would I
mind.
do that?
Okay, you are within 30 feet.
Yes, I measure. That's what I was doing measuring earlier.
Oh, okay. It's like, yeah. Yeah. So you absolutely with a 27, you can get right behind this guy.
Remember, you could use a dagger in your offhand to get a 2-weapon fighting, and get both of them with sneak attack. That's only if you want to.
You can only use sneak attack once.
For a surprise, yeah. It's just the one attack, but it's still a lot of damage.
Dalrin prepares to fire as soon as Caleb stabs a guy.
Okay.
Well, I'll just go up. I'll just go after the loyal one and have Talon go after the cranky one.
I was gonna finish off the loyal one if he was still alive, and then go for the cranky one.
Ah, okay. Right,
bad
you can
idea.
attack twice.
Yep.
Worst case scenario, Alloy just goes in there like big old train, crushes them all.
Okay.
Choo, choo.
Gonna point out
Attack it,
that-
Thomas 9!
All right. Jesus Christ. With a 24, that absolutely fucking hits this dude. Roll your damage. That is... Sneak was 12 damage, and then piercing is 8, so that is 20 damage. Right there. Let me just get straight to... Where'd it go? Where'd I put it? No. There you are. Bam. the fight begins. You open up with a hard slash with your rapier across his back, and he goes, ah! And then stands to turn and immediately gets met with shots from Talron. Talron, roll for Jesus. Yeah, that hits him.
Holy.
Roll damage on that.
Damag.
And
Yeah, that arrow catches him right through the face at minus 18 damage, and he goes in the face and goes, ah! And then immediately falls over on the ground. His compatriot, surprised by what's going on, is sort of still in like a half prayer stance when he gets like slashed and then shot through the head and falls into the middle of the symbol next to him, and he just kind of goes, what? And turns and gets shot with another arrow. Roll for damage. That's 13 plus.
this would Dread Ambusher proc twice on this?
For a surprise round?
Yeah.
How does it work
say once
specifically?
per turn? What's the wording?
Like, you can post the wording in chat for all of us to see.
Yeah. Okay, give yourself a bonus to initiative rolls. You start. At the start of your first turn each combat, your walking speeds increase by 10 feet, which lasts to the end of the thing. If you take the attack action on that turn, you can make one additional weapon attack as part of the attack action. If it hits, then that attack gets an extra D8. That's fine. Then yeah, Dread Ambusher is just the one extra D8 on your first attack. So yeah, you catch him through the chest with that arrow, and he goes, ah! But he is still alive, but not looking good.
Aloy, go inspire him to not fight back.
Wait, doesn't that mean you can make a third attack?
The extra D8 is the third attack.
Oh, no,
okay.
it's one additional attack, and then if that attack hits, he can add a D8 to it.
Oh, I should be rolling to hit.
Yeah, if you
So you get a
normally
third
get
attack.
2 attacks, then Dread Ambusher gives you 3.
Okay. I will change that on my sheet. I've been doing that wrong. My
That's
bad.
okay. It's just like the first attack of the thing is Dread Ambusher. You can attack a third time at the beginning of combat, and you get an extra D8 on that attack if that extra attack hits.
You can do more damage than you thought you did.
All right, gonna shoot him again.
Like, basically, it's letting you attack twice within one action, and then you have your second attack.
Yeah. If you take the attack action on that turn, you can make one additional weapon attack as a part of that action. So it's one addition on top of however many attacks per turn you normally take.
And if that attack hits, so that's not saying I roll damage on it. That's
Yeah, if that attack hits, it takes an extra D8 damage on top of whatever damage you normally do. So you've been rolling the damage correctly. You've just been doing one less attack than normal, I think. Because at your level, do you get 2 attacks per turn?
yes.
Then yeah, so then it's a third attack you should be taking with Dread Ambusher. But it's
Yeah.
you just get a third attack at the very first action at the beginning of a combat round.
Yeah, so you get a third attack, which will do an additional 1d8 damage beyond normal if the attack hits, but only on the first round of combat.
The start of your first turn of each combat. So it's
On-
specifically
On top of the regular 1d8 plus 5.
Yeah.
yes.
So you do your 2 normal attacks, and then you have an additional attack that you still have to roll for, which does additional damage as a third attack, but that attack will also do an additional 1d8 damage if it hits.
Yeah.
So you've been missing out on an entire attack every time.
Which is
Oops.
fine. It's okay. Roll to hit a regular attack because you've already done your 1d8 Dread Ambusher. So you have one more regular attack you can use. That's a 27. You absolutely catch him with that. That's 12 piercing. goodness me. He takes another arrow in the chest, but he's standing. Still, he's looking awful. As he turns, and in comes the train. But
Okay, can I move in with Alloy before his attack? There's a reason.
yes.
It takes my entire. I don't get to attack. It takes both my movement to get here.
To get to that position, sure.
But now he's flanked.
Alloy, what are you doing?
So flank gives me advantage.
Flanked does give you advantage. Are you going to attack him? You are. So
Remember, if you knock him out, you can declare it. If you get him to 0 HP, you can declare that it's a knockout instead of a kill.
you have to declare non-lethal before you attack.
Ooh.
Last week we read it. I thought we read it was like if we hit 0, then you decide whether or not it's a knockout or a kill.
No, it's just if you're using a weapon you have proficiency with, you can choose to do non-lethal damage.
It amounts to the same thing either way. You just
Yeah.
have to declare it ahead of time.
Yeah.
You do a non-lethal damage there, champ, or
Is that what we decided?
are you going to swing to kill? It was not decided actually.
Death to the cultists.
The chat was asking you to interrogate one of them, but it was not actually agreed upon whether or not you were going to interrogate him or just kill him outright.
I
Talrand did
We
say,
should do the Ladyfinger's idea.
allies,
Those
go inspire him
vampires
to not
gotta have
resist.
some
oh right, which means
Entirely up to
non-lethal
Claude
then.
right now because it's only him.
All right.
That's non.
Non-lethal?
Yep.
All right, so you bring your sword flat around on his head, and he collapses to the ground, unconscious. And
He is no longer resisting.
He is in a pile. I'm gonna pull a little sleepy symbol on him. He's a sleepy little guy. And yeah, so you find yourselves now in a room with one dead cultist and one quote-unquote sleeping cultist.
Move into the room.
Can I just search them for holy symbols?
Yes. Roll me a sleeping. Yeah, roll me perception. Is it perception or is it investigation?
I guess it would technically be investigation. Oh,
Yeah.
well, I didn't mean to have that.
That's okay. It
Well-
was a 23 regardless. Roll a 19 plus 4. So, yeah. Like, looking over their bodies, you find that they both have coin purses attached to them, these guys. Each with about 2 gold and 8 silver apiece. And they both are also carrying these holy symbols, the obsidian skull, that you've been finding on all of the cultists down in these in this manor so far.
I tossed the gold to Alloy because he's big and strong and carries things, and then I smashed the ambulance.
All right, so in total, that's about like 5 gold, 20 silver worth of coin. If you want to put that in the group pot there, Alloy.
Noise.
I am working towards putting it in the group pot if Alloy is okay with that.
Yeah.
All right.
I just have the spreadsheet open.
What just happened?
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so, what are you guys doing? Oh, MB, all the voices are echoing back through your side for some reason. Your headphones have become unplugged, I think. We also can't hear you on your mic.
Is that better?
There you go.
Much better.
Okay, yeah, no, my laptop is just being very finicky about how this is plugged in. There we go.
It's being
Better?
fussy. Yep, that's good. Sorry for
Good?
that.
Okay, sorry about that, guys.
That's okay. That is creepy.
Two cultists, one temporarily sleeping, the other one resting a little bit more permanently.
Yup. Yeah, so you guys now find yourself standing there, and Sneck, you have in your grubby kobold paws 2 of these obsidian holy symbols.
Smashy, smashy.
Smashy, smashy. Smashing those on the floor, they, in the same way, they scatter into small black powder, and there's a small waft of energy that comes out of them.
Someone's going to eventually realize we're smashing holy symbols and there's someone here.
You think that will stop Snack?
You think that's going to change anything I'm doing? You are mistaken, sir.
Orange takes a closer look around the room. Is there anything interesting, or is it just blank except for the symbol?
It's just the symbol. It appears as though this is a room particularly for prayer.
Okay, another unholy chapel. With a little bit of irony coming from me.
Yeah, as I say, because, like, upstairs, the room where you found the necromancer was considerably nicer than this, obviously, whereas this is just like a dank, damp stone room that they've just crudely drawn the symbol of their god on the floor and have been praying in. Across the hall from where a bunch of bodies are being kept in a hole.
I drag the one body off to the side.
Okay. Bleh.
And then ask somebody to attempt to stabilize this guy. That's better at medicine than I am.
Yeah, whoever wants to make a medicine
There-
roll.
No, there's no attempt. I stabilize with Spare the Dying.
Is that a cantrip or...
Cantrip.
Oh, nice! So you cast Spare the Dying upon this
Here, I will-
particular individual.
I will link it.
And he becomes stabilized. Thank you, Mercenary Pen. I will drink some water.
Now, we tie him up.
Yeah, so you use the same bindings that you were using on the peasant earlier to tie this guy up in specific. He's now wrapped up and lying on the floor. He's stable, though he's still unconscious.
Howard starts, lightly tapping the side of his face.
Just give him a little, like... wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Do you have your mask on? Or do you still have it off from earlier?
I would have put it back on.
Okay.
Can I get this?
Yes. Dracula, if you're all over this, it's yours. Take it.
Is he looking like he's starting to wake up?
He's looking like he's starting to wake up.
I get up right in front of his face, make acid drip down from my mouth, and so that's the first thing he sees when he wakes up.
Yeah, as he slowly kind of shakes his head and goes, ugh, and opens his eyes, looks straight up at you and goes, ha! And starts looking around the room at everybody else. Like, what's happening? What's going on?
I believe you're going to tell us what we'd like to know.
But, hey, and he sort of furrows his brow. Okay. Let's have a look here. Because to resist intimidation is a...
I want to give him the help effect.
You want to help him?
Yeah.
Go for it.
And I will do it, just thematically wise. My eyes are now spiraling galaxies into the void.
Oh my god. Thaumaturgy it is. Roll me an intimidation check, and we'll we'll add it to the thing. Okay.
Aaron also tries to help, and tries to help by.
I don't think we need it.
It's okay.
Let me finish.
Yeah, go
By
ahead.
basically grabbing one of the arrows that are still embedded in the guy and just yanking,
Okay. You
carefully yanking to
Yeah,
remove.
Ow.
It.
you yank this arrow free of him, and he's just and he's looking around the room, and he sees the kobold with the galaxy eyes, and he's looking around at everybody, but then you see his eyes suddenly like stop, and he starts patting himself down, and he's, where's my symbol? And he starts looking around the room, and his eyes fall upon the shattered remains of his holy symbol on the floor. And he immediately descends into panic at that moment, looking around at each of you going, no, don't do, no, you do.
Ew.
We corrected your error in judgment.
But I'm a good cultist. I follow the god of death. I was so good.
Snack would say.
What is this about? Who are you? Who sent you? What's going on here?
Yeah, I was gonna
True
Snacky's not
god
gonna
of
approve
death.
of dibs.
When Drakir says that, Talon pulls down his mask.
And yeah, like he just says, what do you wait? And then looking at Talrind, he goes, the pretender. You are prophets of the false god. You try to stray me from the path of righteousness. How dare? I will just, how dare you try to but I will tell you anything you want if please just don't kill me.
That's what.
Oh, I think it's too late for that.
He
I think
rolled
at this point,
so
Snake is
poorly
going to
on his
kill him
wisdom
no
check.
matter what.
He is very scared of what's going on.
He called Tyrus a pretender. Snake is going to kill him no matter
Snack is
what.
going
Unfortunately-
to obliterate him.
Unfortunately for him, his mouth ran on like 10 words too many
Yep.
before he got through his head that there's a bunch of people here who take religious difference with his opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do we actually want to ask this guy?
Okay, I need to make a roll. I want you guys to try and stop me. Snack would like to try
Alan's
to.
not going to try to stop you.
Dracula is not physically strong enough to stop Snake.
Snack. Well, yeah. Snack. As soon as Talon would have heard the pretender, he would have looked at Snack because he knows Snack's response.
All right. Roll reflex.
That's convenient.
Or yeah, reflex save.
Dex?
Dexterity.
Yeah, dexterity save. Yeah. You you grapple Snack before he's able to stab this guy.
Shit.
This Snake pulls out a dagger, like just going for him, and you grab him. So the two of you, are you gonna try to grapple him, or what are you gonna? How are you gonna try to get? How are you gonna try to stop him?
I whisper into Snack's ear, "Give us a minute or two." Just whisper it to him, sneaky and stealthily. Then you can stab him.
Okay, Snack would calm down. Sorry, just like as a player,
But,
I didn't want him to die. As a character, I needed to make the try.
No, of course. That's the thing. Is you're
well-
playing your character, even if it's to like. It's not to the wild detriment of the party, but it is absolutely something your character would do. So it makes perfect sense.
But does continue to whisper, "Keep appearing to struggle against my arms."
Snack can do that. Snack's not strong enough to make it. Snack could actively try and make it convincing because he's actively trying. He won't succeed.
You imply
of
that
course.
Talon has a strength stat.
Snack's is -1.
Yeah.
I've only got.
I don't
I've got
have a
only.
strength.
I've
Roll
got a
me
point. 1 point.
performance, the both of you.
Oh, goody.
Hey, Doc. Okay, he rolled a 22 to keep me from attacking. What would I roll to contest that?
I think that was your attack roll.
It was
wasn't
yeah.
it?
You were, I was just gonna put it against your attack roll.
Okay, cool. I'm just not pretending.
Well, that was his reflex to see if he can get in the way to stop you from attacking this guy. But if
I thought he was grabbing me.
if he is gonna grab you, then that's a grapple. That's contested strength checks.
Okay, that makes more sense.
But it's like if you're putting on a show, then it's performance. But if you're actually fighting against him, then it's contested strength.
I had
Wait,
about the same
Snake is-
chance with either. Unfortunately, my chances were
I
terrible.
think Snake would be at a disadvantage because size category.
No, Snake's a medium creature. No,
If you're 2 sizes smaller, then they get automatic advantage over you.
I don't think.
If
I'm
it's
too
two
big.
sizes, it's automatic victory.
No, because like as a large-sized person, oh yeah, maybe it is 1 size category. Because as a large-sized person, if you're grappling somebody who's smaller than you, then you get advantage on that, I believe. Grapple's really fucking weird about that.
Yeah, grapple is odd.
Like, there's
'Cause he
no
can't
rules for
actually-
grappling specifically, but there are conditions surrounding being grappled, and there are feats that go around it, but there's no specific mention of exactly what grappling is and does.
Looking right here,
Okay,
grappled
hold on.
creature's speed becomes 0, and it cannot benefit from any bonus to its speed.
Yeah.
Condition ends if the grappler is incapacitated. The condition also ends if an effect removes the grappled creature from the reach of the grappler or grappling effect.
Okay,
That is such as when a creature is
Yeah.
hurled away from a thunder wave spell.
Mhm.
okay, hold on. For the sake of clarity, we're both basically standing right by this guy. If anything, his dex save would have been to react faster than I could stab the guy, and we'll give him that.
Okay.
But then to grab me, it would like to prevent me from stabbing the guy. It would be the grapple roll, like the contested strength check. Make sense to everyone involved?
Sure,
Does
why
that
not?
work?
We'll do a contested strength check, and we'll go from there.
I mean, Sneck's already at
Well,
a
he's
minus
dead.
1.
Well,
He's
Yeah.
dead.
so Talron, you
He's not
try to
necessarily
dive
dead.
in the way, but Sneck, like a fucking squirrel, like just like climbs around over you, gets around to this guy, and stabs him
God.
dead.
I was gonna say, yeah, because technically he takes 6 piercing.
6 damage. He's not dead yet, but you do stab him. He's looking terrible.
Is he unconscious again?
No,
thought he was at
he's
0.
He is. Oh wait, no, that's right. That was
Yeah.
his HP before he got shot. So then, yeah, if he was at 0,
He was at 0.
he goes up to 1 once he's stabilized and conscious.
Then he takes 5 more and goes unconscious again.
And then he
Yep.
takes 5 more,
Oh, no.
and he is now lying
Sneck-
unconscious, bleeding
Sneck
out.
did not declare non-lethal.
This is also true. So he's
dead.
He's dead. You could attempt to save him.
Rick hates him, so good
But I
luck.
don't think the cleric who just stabbed him in rage.
Cure wounds, but I also want his ladyfinger, so I don't really
Snack,
care that
Snack,
much.
please stabilize him. We might get information out of him. You can kill him after we get the information, please.
You can think of it like waterboarding.
Does he?
Honestly,
Okay,
we can just,
okay,
let's-
no.
You just hold
let's
him on
no-
the brink of death until we get answers.
We could save the spell slot and just grab the next
I don't
one.
need a spell slot. I can just do that.
Spit
Um,
dying again. So you
Snack does
stabilize him. He is not
Snack does
dead.
this
He is
Purely
unconscious.
because of Snack does this purely because of Piffle's comment of the fact that we basically can just bring him back just so that I can kill him again.
Fair. All
That's
right. Yep.
100% the only reason he's doing it.
Emma, good gobbo.
So his wounds and everything stabilize, and he is now again unconscious, tied up in the middle of this room.
Somebody better at putting on a performance, please. Air quotes. Wrestle Snack away from him while Dracula wakes him up and tries to.
No,
Dig
no,
it.
like Snack brought him back because of what Piffle said. Basically, the whole idea of like, okay, we can bring him back, we'll get information, and then I get to kill him again.
Kill him twice.
Yes,
We're
but he
all
doesn't-
on the same board here.
More than twice. You can
Yeah.
just
Well,
keep keeping
yeah.
him on the brink of it while
There's-
you.
there's-
Dropping him awake.
Guys,
sorry, hold on.
there's no performance involved here.
The point of the performance was to give us better chances of scaring the crap out of him to giving the information we want fast and expeditiously.
He was already
Yeah.
shitting himself. I don't think we needed that.
My point is there's no performance. I literally just stabbed the man near to death and then brought him back again. There's no
no,
performance.
you
He
killed him.
already shot himself when he died this time.
Yeah,
This time
if
you
he
flat
wasn't-
out killed him. You just managed to save him, get his body started again before.
Yeah, if he wasn't scared before, he sure as fuck is now.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
All right. All right. So Dracula, you tap him awake.
I slapped him awake.
All right. Giving him a good little rousing. You wake him up, and he looks like just awful. As he kind of like looks around there and goes, no more. Please.
My slaps can't feel too good because my slaps are coming from dragon claws.
Well, if you do literally any damage, he dies again. So.
Well, I don't have a claw attack. It's a different shape.
Well, how
different
hard do you
skin
slap
texture.
him?
Not enough to deal damage.
Okay.
I'm just saying it doesn't feel very comfortable.
If you beat your chest about how much damage you're doing, then like you're gonna just kill him again. Like that's all that's gonna
Just give
happen.
him a good old.
So he looks awful as he looks around the room at each of you. Just like, no, please.
Would recommend not saying that again.
Now, before you piss off our cleric into killing you again.
Yeah.
Okay, what do we want to ask this guy?
What do your fingers taste like?
He just looks at you like, no.
What is
Ignore the goblin.
What do your fingers
Darn.
taste like? No, please.
Talrand actually turns to Piffles. What is with you and fingers today?
Take on the other cultist
Me.
robes on a dry
And
spot.
I can fit them in all my pockets. And you guys won't let me make people jerky, so I might as well take snacks.
Don't definger the dead one.
Fingers are actually generally, terrible to eat because they're mostly tendons. No, like no meat on them.
There's a lot of tendons and bones and skin. There's not a lot of...
Chicken feet are tasty, so people fingers will be tasty. It's just a different type of claw.
What?
Welcome back, Nova
was
guys.
this guy's
Welcome
what
back
was
to
this
Finger
guy's
Talk.
reaction? Sorry, what was this guy's reaction to me telling Piff to go definger the dead one?
He's very afraid of everything that's happening. There's the conversations going on. And he's just like, no, I must resist. I'm being tested. This is a test. Yeah.
So, does anyone have any serious questions?
What's the layout of the basement like? How many people are down here? Where can we expect to find the most resistance?
It's big. I don't know. Probably more upstairs. We keep the bodies here for the...
What's the most useful information you think you might have, so we can? Because so far you're wholly worthless, and I'm increasingly believing that we should just let the kobold stab you.
Or feed you to the werewolves?
Is there a... He's doing terribly. But roll an intimidation for me, as Debane. See how much information you get of this guy, because like, yeah, okay. I'm just like, he is a devout cultist. Even if he is grouchy and complaining about the fact that he thinks he should be higher up the food chain than he is. As you ask him, like, what's the most useful information, and he just says, you will all be destroyed by the things we are creating down here. You will all will be swept beneath the hand of death that will come from our God. And, God, my lungs. And I will be devout. I will be brought back under his grace to serve him in eternity. And, the ritual cannot be stopped upon the highest tower. You will be too late to stop all of our great and powerful Lord as he serves our God of death.
Just what are you making? Wait, sorry, I wanted to do something real quick. But just what are you making? Tell me quickly, or I'll let the goblin make jerky out of you while you still breathe.
We make things beyond your imagination, beyond the purview of your weak power. And he looks over to the skeleton. Many bodies become one, and you will see its horror and its majesty soon. He manages a weak laughter amidst all of his barely sealed stab wounds and arrows.
Strong words for a dead man. We have the Black King on our side.
He sort of like haggards a weak laughter. He says, your king is a false prophet. He will be swept aside by the real commander, the true god of death. You will see in time.
I stab him in the middle of this.
I was about to say, Talrand doesn't move to stop the stab coming from Snack.
As you...
Talrand, in fact, joins Snack and kicks him in the balls for extra fun.
Kicks him and he's just like, as you stab him. one last time. And as the air escapes his body, and you also stab him and then kick him in the balls. And then everybody just getting in on him. It's so awful. Everybody joins in, wailing on this guy.
Marry me for
Would you take like
Alloy comes in with the painter's tools, and also gets him a couple times with some brushes. It's awful. Oh no.
I didn't come Alloy with the easel. Give him the easel.
I drew a smiley face on him.
Everybody joins in and gives him gives him a good old blanket party. Just everyone joins in, kicking and stabbing and painting things on him. And as he dies, just going like, ah, I joined my god now, and he dies. My balls.
I can only imagine what people are going to think when they find his body.
Snack, you're gonna take his head and put it in your backpack.
Yes.
I'll take fingers off of both of them and put them in my pockets while nobody is looking and they're all busy beating the one guy up. I took the other one's fingers while they weren't watching.
I told you to take his fingers.
Do you also take his thumb?
Shut up. Yes.
Sweet.
Because they're still fingers to me.
Add
I'm
10
a
people
goblin.
fingers to your inventory.
Sweet.
Do you
That
use your
pocket
salt
still
in an
has some
attempt?
salt in them.
Okay,
Huh?
sweet. Yeah, you put them in the pocket that has the hole.
The hole with the salt in it, and the fingers plug up the hole, so now it's just fingers and salt.
It is
The
the
hole that used to have
remains
salt
of
in it.
salt. There's like some
But
dusty remains of salt.
The hole wasn't that big.
Everywhere. This whole time you've been down
Not that big, but yeah, there's some salt. It's a
All right.
thing. We won't get haunted, at least. We're good.
We'll say there's some salt left in there, and you plug the hole in your pocket with one of the thumbs, and stick 10 human-ass fingers in that pocket. So now you have a pocket full of salty
I
fingers.
found my pocket. Look, my pocket is hitchhiking.
Piffles, stop stealing the tainted cultist meat. It's not good for you.
Snack, you have a
Fuckers,
cultist
when they
head.
eat me, I'm gonna be like, would you like a snack food?
I am going to need
I
to
can
keep track
only
of that now for when it starts to stink.
So Caleb's just going to be standing back watching all this unfold.
Just
And,
everybody
remember
wailing
that
on this
one-
body, drawing smiley
There will
faces,
be
and
no
kicking
smell.
Yeah,
the
and,
body in the balls and cutting
Yeah.
off limbs and fingers.
Don't encourage your Tonberry.
yeah, remember that one picture Cutie made up with Drakiar and Alloy tripping over each other?
Yeah.
The face that is just the Homestar Runner. What the hell are you doing? Caleb's making that face right now.
Just everybody's just fucking going to town on this corpse, and Caleb's just standing there like, what the fuck am I doing?
Talon went with one swift kick. That was it. He has since then only reacted to Piffles acquiring the fingers with, "Stop eating the tainted meat." Piffles,
Exact.
even goblins know that tainted meat is bad. Put them back.
He's still making that face.
I mean, to be fair, this guy pretty seriously insulted the Black King. Enough that it got the rest of us attacking at least once.
Still making that face.
Get fingers later. Put the tainted cultist meat back. Build a small tower of them just to make it fun.
This man died 3 times for his words.
Sweet, merciful crap, you guys. I'm not gonna eat the fingers. I'm gonna give them the fucking vampires. After I dip them in some of that brown alert shit. I'll
Why
search for
would you try?
flavor.
They don't eat fingers.
How do you know this? Fingers have blood in them. Vampires like blood.
Because I've taken care of a baby vampire before.
Blood fine and I make it into a finger masu. Like tiramisu, only with fingers.
Good God.
Still
Piffles.
making that face.
We're in a goblin, a vampire bar. It's gotta be a vampire bar. There's fucking alcohol made of people down here.
We have bigger fish to fry.
It is a house. It is a big house.
Dracula is trying to
Big house is
disappear.
found alcohol
Full
in
of
it.
fingers and no fucks to give.
Well,
Piffles, stop. Don't carry tainted cultist meat around with you.
How loud is Piffles yelling?
I'm yelling not loud. I'm a goblin. I'm little. And also, I have like a 20. I rolled a 25 for stealth, so I am invisible right now.
Well, no. Since combat has ended, you guys have been arguing over fingers, and cutting.
Piffles has been arguing
parts
over
of
fingers.
bodies. Yes.
Chow-
They're just fingers. They're in my pocket. I'm not going to eat them. Who cares if they're tainted? They're in my pocket.
Magic spreads to things nearby. Also, as soon as he sees Beldaka or
Salted
Snack
fingers.
cut a fucking head off, I'm like, Snack, really? Why?
Fingers.
Keep it long. It serves a purpose. I need to make a point.
See, he gets to take the head, and now I have fingers. Does that mean I get to take toes too? I mean, he's got a whole head.
What are you gonna?
So
Perhaps
Caleb-
we can argue over the acquisition of body parts another time.
Right, so Caleb's just trying to disappear as well. And
Are you just going to throw a pocket of fingers at the next vampire we see?
Probably.
That is up to them, I imagine. We will.
I'm just gonna be like pocket fingers and throw them at them like pocket sand, only with fingers and salt.
Salted fingers.
Assault them with fingers.
This is
So
the angry
long
argue
as-
room.
So long as you promise that when we leave this place, you will not bring them with us.
Okay, fine.
We don't need the angry hunt lady taking exception to us cutting off and walking around with fingers or a head.
I won't need it once we leave. I don't intend to take it with us.
Yes, well, Talrand is also still aware that you're walking around with a bag filled with poison mushroom metal dust nonsense. Was Snack aware that he still had this bag?
Snack is where he still has his bag.
Talrand
And
is
you
aware.
Ew.
Next thing he's going to put that is cultist head blood.
And wait, no, I don't have the poison one. All I have is a bag of dissolved armor from the waste.
You also
I
had
don't-
you had poison in it.
Well, not poison mushrooms, just regular ass mushrooms.
No, it was poisoned. It wasn't like fun poison, but it was poison.
Oh, I think I just mixed it
Oh.
into the bag with the dissolved armor.
It is recorded in the concerning armory correction as metal dust poison jamboree.
Yeah.
You put it in the bag with poison.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, it's a bag with armor in it. Yep.
Because if I remember correctly, we had like 3 poisons from the mushrooms we brought back: bone rot, the brown alert, and then just like this is like a generic poison. It hurts to consume it.
Yeah, I mixed it in with the armor because I wanted to smear it into. Where is he? Do-do-do-do. Ah. Umlaut. I wanted to smear it into the branches of Umlaut's forest, and we never got a chance to go back, so I still have it.
Talrand is aware of your plans and the things that you come up with, and is concerned about them.
Still think we should just steal the servants' clothes, go up in the servants' clothes, offer the vampires ladyfingers. They'll think they are hors d'oeuvres. We will be the best servants ever, and then we can fucking leave.
Snack thinks that's not a good plan, and perhaps we should just keep murdering them all.
Let's go with the murdering. Let's move on.
Dang.
Talrand tosses the body in the corner with the other one
All
before
right.
you leave.
Yeah, you
Put it
toss
with
that
the
body
rest.
to put it with the rest.
And
I'm
reclaims
going
his
with the
rope.
murdering because it means more fingers.
Why don't we just toss the bodies in with all the body dumps?
Because
I
these
don't
are
care that
peasants,
much.
not cultists. They'd be
Yeah,
out of place.
somebody would have to look. They're out of place sitting where they are. They'll be less out of place, and someone will have to look closer in the dark room or the dark
There are
areas.
many things out of place.
Yeah, let's toss them in
One
the
of the
body pit.
corpse room.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, we'll just,
So
Remove the if they do have big defining obvious robes, we remove the big defining obvious robes and shove them under the bodies.
they do, but you guys move them into the other room. So you remove the robes, and I imagine you take your rope back off that one chap.
I did that.
You toss the bodies into there.
I also magically clean
dead.
all the blood trails.
All right, yeah. You do a little spell, and you clean up with prestidigitation any of the blood trails and stuff, dumping the bodies back into the pit there. You now have yourself 2 sets of cultist robes. A bit messy, unless cleaned with magic or otherwise. You have some stuff.
I guess we should
Drakir, can you
start
clean
looking
these
over
off?
Oh, yeah, prestidigitation.
Oh, so you're gonna clean up the robes? All right.
On the
So,
robes.
and again,
I can't
robes
remove
are
the
clean.
stab marks.
Yeah, the cuts in them are still there, and the holes that the arrows made. But
But the blood's
They're
not.
missing
but
fingers.
the blood is off. So you are now in a position where you have yourself 2 sets of cultist robes.
The robes are not missing fingers, Piffles.
The robes never had fingers in the first
Bodies,
place.
for whatever reason, I thought you were talking about, but
We did try to hide the bodies in the body pit at least to make it less obvious that they're the first 2 new bodies there.
Yeah.
good.
And can I do a glance through the body pit to make sure there's nothing of interest, like just personal effects that can
yeah,
help
roll
me
me,
identify people or anything like that?
Roll me perception or investigation.
Some of what's in the body pit.
Oh my god.
It might be bodies.
Yeah, so this time you're taking a much more particular interest to the bodies that are here. You do like while all of their personal possessions seem to be stripped off, they are still mostly wearing clothing, but you do notice one thing in particular interest of all the bodies that are currently here. They're all intact.
Interesting.
Yeah, all of these people appear to have died from different things. Some of them have marks of infection or poison around their mouth. Some of them are very obviously they've been stabbed or have had their throats cut. But all of the bodies are fully intact.
So that guy who's only half a body is a lie.
Yeah, that's just set dressing.
Sounds good.
It's a pit of
Just-
bodies.
Just trying to check what's behind the door.
I'm trying to move my icon and I can't because my laptop is being a bitch. Hang on.
Whoops. Here. Want me to move it up for you?
Yes, please.
Okay. Whoop. There you go.
Thank you.
Caleb, what you doing?
All right. Yep.
Zip.
I will follow.
All right. So, moving up to the doors there with a 17 in perception, you can hear what sounds to be some kind of chanting coming from behind the door, but it does appear to be distant, whatever it is.
I hear distant chanting.
Well, let's try to stealthily open the door and see what we can see.
Are you
Or-
guys moving as a unit?
Yeah, we probably should.
All right.
'Cause
Alloy.
we got a clonky boy.
Why,
Ooh.
Alloy?
That's me.
He does a heckin' jingle jangle clonk.
Steal.
Stealth. That's a
15.
15. As you guys are still moving with that bonus. And let me just get that reveal going. Pow. So as you quietly open the door, you notice that the stone in this area does seem to be of a different make. Certainly a better make than the places that you'd been previously. The hallway turns to your left, and on your right there's a pair of double doors. Certainly of the same make as the 2 you're standing at now, which is nicer than some of the rest of the doors in the rest of the basement area.
Move into the room.
All right. Moving up to the corner there, you guys see a pair of doors.
Ooh.
Bar doors. All right.
And from the inside of those doors, you hear that chanting still.
So we hear the chanting from the north.
Yeah, from those northern doors there. M-O-A, Oses, Oses, Moses, Moses, ah! And then the water parted and fishes died.
What?
What?
Sorry.
The weirdest chanting.
Old joke. So yes, you find yourselves at a series of doors. Are you gonna peek through these ones here?
Yes.
Open them
Reload.
stealthily.
Deal.
Quietly, you peek open one of the doors, and it appears to be just a large empty chamber. Whatever this room was originally intended for, or whatever it was used for, it seems to have lost its use. There is one more door that you can see, just as you're looking in the room. It would be on your right side, just over there. Sneaking up to those doors, once again, peeking in, you find yourself some stairs. They go up.
Interesting.
Oh shit.
So now we just have one more room to check down here.
Go this way and try to wave to Alloy for him to stay there. So we're doing this.
Doing this one real stealth. All right.
Yeah.
Both of you who are up at
you
the
want me to
doors.
follow?
Both of you who are up at the doors, roll me individual stealth checks for this one. Ooh, 25. Nice.
Where'd everybody go? Oh, you're over there. Okay, hang on. I want to roll stealth too.
I'm sorry. Where'd they go? They're suddenly gone.
Well, where'd he go?
It's my laptop screen is real small, so it's like half the time I can't see the next room unless I like zoom out.
So with the solo stealth checks, lowest being 27 and the highest being 35,
Indeed.
we
Good.
You
sneakily open the door.
creak the door open ever so slightly, and in the next room you are met with a very horrifying sight. Within the room, you see a large, round chamber.
Oh.
The stench of death and decay and a mixture of other awful scents assaults your senses all at once. You see two cultists over by a large table poring over scrolls and books, and in the center of the room, they're stitching all of these bodies together into one great horror that you, Talrin, specifically would recognize as a poor sort of abomination, an imitation of a beholder. The eye stalks upon the top of it, made from different arms and legs that seem to have the bones removed from them. The great eye, God knows where that came
they would
from.
want those fingers.
All of the different, you can see it's very stitched together, all the skin on the outside rotting and terrible. There's a pair of skeletons watching this whole thing proceed from the top of those stairs facing away from you as the cultists chanting bring a horrid imitation of life to this collective being as it stands or slowly floats up in the center of the room.
Now I kind of wish I saved that fireball.
So, welcome to medieval Dead Space.
How many fireballs do you have, Rainer?
I got 2, but I kind of want to save that last one for a final boss.
He's 2 total. He used 1.
This is kind of final boss.
Can't remember if I have one more blast with my bad pipes or not. Shit.
It might not be. The thing is, who know? We still got the upper floors to check.
I do have all my thunder doot though. And I do have my pocket full of fingers, and they're stitching that Franken whatever together, so they might want.
If things go bad, start going bad, I will launch that thing. But
Work with what you got.
If things go bad, I'ma poison these fingers and then shove them in cultist mouths.
We could try to sneak in and blitz it down.
Doc, I have a legitimate question.
Yeah, what's
a
up?
room that big,
Um,
that many eyes.
Can I make like an Arcana check or something to know what level of spell it would be to animate this? Because it's basically a raised dead spell with extra bells and whistles.
With a lot of extra steps, yeah. Roll me either... I mean, if you're looking for the specifics of the spell, that's Arcanum.
Specifically, the spell level is what would I would technically be after.
Still an Arcanum.
Okay, Dracula's standing right next to me. Can I ask him for help?
Yeah, you can ask him to like...
Or ask if he can see if he can figure it out, and I'll help him, because he's got a better roll.
Sure. Dracula, do you aid him?
Sure.
Or vice versa, I'll aid him.
Okay, so that's a 14 and then
There we
a
go.
natural 19. The both of you staring through the crack of the door at this creature as it slowly begins to float up into the center of the room, all of its dead eyes looking in different directions, stitched together from the corpses of dozens of bodies. You see now the remains of corpses strewn about the room. Through the both of you, in your collective knowledge, you've never seen someone attempt this.
Thank you.
Okay, so we would have no idea what spell level this would be the equivalent of then.
No.
Okay.
Do I know anything about beholders in general?
Yeah, what would be the check to know about beholders? Dungeoneering?
Not a thing.
Not a thing anymore.
Oh, it's not a thing? Fuck.
It'd either be history or arcana.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because it's like, that's not Arcana, but it's not, like, maybe it's...
Just straight intelligence?
Yeah, just roll me an intelligence check. Just do straight intelligence.
That was almost a nat 20.
That's a 10. You do know specifically of beholders. You know that the living ones, at the very least, when they gaze at you with their massive eye in the middle, it can turn you to stone. And that all of the other eye stalks that are around the top of its head can shoot different spells like disintegration and things. These things are beyond dangerous when they're alive. You cannot imagine what this thing is like after it's been crudely, like, recreated in a mockery of undeath. It might be worse, it might not. It's hard.
Do I know how pissed the king would be if he saw this?
Truthfully,
Given
you are,
Sex sitting next to you?
truthfully, you are unsure how the king would react to this. You don't know the king very well, to be honest. You have talked to him maybe once. Oh, I think twice now.
I know he doesn't like lightless, so...
No, but it is a thing that he does to people.
I think it's a bit beyond lightless, though.
Yeah, this is a Frankenstein beholder, as Clay has put it in the chat. This monster is well and beyond anything that you imagined could be done with necromancy. I mean, your focus has never really been necromancy with the magic that you've been doing, but like, Snack, even you, like, around the palace, this is not something that anyone's ever talked about, is using multiple bodies to create a new, greater undead.
Yeah, my focus is evocation.
Yeah.
I don't think we can leave it.
Hell no, we can't leave this.
I mean, you could. It is entirely up to you. You also, Talrand, Caleb, give me wisdom checks.
Wisdom.
Okay.
No.
Esteban, like, that thing looks pretty big to make it out of that door. Looking around the room, you don't see any other exits.
Just a big stone room.
Yep. It's big, and it's round, and there's some stairs that go to, like, a slightly lower platform. Either there's a secret exit, or you're not exactly sure how that thing's gonna leave here. It's certainly not gonna come out through the door.
They made it too big. Oh, those fucking idiots.
I'm guessing I can't get this from back here.
Get what from back there? Well, no, I'm giving it to the two that are like right on the door. You know what? Piffles is right up there as well, and rolled the stealth for it. So Piffles, if you want to do a wisdom check.
What? Oh, yeah.
None of that, but I'm gonna try.
Nat 20, nat 20, nat 20.
Shh.
You guys don't want me to be the smartest. Trust.
Let's see how they do.
Yeah, looking through the crack in the door, Piffles, you can see that very clearly there is. You don't see any other exits to the room, and there's no way that thing can fit out the door.
There's stairs. No, those stairs only go down to the thing. How, guys? There's no way that thing's gonna make it out of this room unless it goes through the room, like through the wall, like. It big.
Is there a
These doors
ceiling to the room?
There is a ceiling. It is just stone.
Yeah, like there's no doors or windows or entrances or anything that's big enough that thing can get out of.
Which could mean a couple of things. It might mean that they're idiots.
But also, it could teleport. Like if it is powerful when they do whatever the fuck they're gonna power it with.
Yeah, we are dealing with vampires. So
In the experiment book I got from the other room, if I flip through that, do I see anything that pertains to this?
Shit, yeah, roll me intelligence.
Oh, god damn it!
Like, looking through the book, you don't see anything. Like, you're flipping through it, and there's, like, a lot of talk about, like, flesh grafting, and you see a lot of diagrams that are all anatomical, and a lot of, like, you know, it's just, like, open-ups of sketches of, like, where body parts are and where tendons and muscles and things are, and you're flipping through. You don't see anything that talks about a fucking beholder.
And it probably is something, it's just I'm going through it too fast to be able to process it.
You're just too scared.
In the moment as you guys are standing at the door, going over what it is that you'd like to do next, the monster floats ever so slightly into the center of the area where the four cultists are standing, and you hear from it the strangest noise.
Oh, I don't like
No.
I don't think that thing wanted to be stitched together, guys. I think we need to end it.
The four cultists who stand around it stand with their hands open and appear to be chanting in some unrecognizable tongue.
Guys, I think we should try to move in, kill it and them.
I'm guessing it's neither draconic or abyssal.
It's just yeah.
No, I'm talking about the cultists.
Yeah, sorry.
It is not draconic and it is not abyssal, no.
Is it infernal?
Oops, that's not what I meant.
Infernal. It is not, no.
I didn't actually mean to click that. I was just trying to get it to show me.
Primordial.
Doc, why did you unleash Thaddeus on us?
Primordial. You know what? Roll me intelligence, Caleb.
Okay, that's here it is. Yeah, da.
Oh my god.
What?
Oh.
So what they're saying isn't primordial, but it's in a tongue that appears to be very similar. Whatever it is that they're chanting, you pick out like a bit of a word or a piece of a phrase of which they are praising their holy creation and praying to their god of death. As this creature floats in the middle between each of them, letting out gurgling, weeping sounds as each of its eye stalks, with the massive eyes that appear to be long dead, still looking around the room.
I'm going to use my general magic sense. Not the detect magic, but just what I can get off of them. Arcana check.
From this distance, you're not picking up a huge amount, but you really do feel necromancy permeating out of that room in a way, in a stench that is just foreign to you.
They're,
Kind of figured.
the language they're chanting, it almost sounds like primordial, but
You know, I get the feeling if we told that huntress, they've made a Frankenstein beholder down in the basement.
We can't let it stop.
That
Drakiar, we're dealing with this now. We can't go back. We can't run. We're dealing with this now.
They built it in here. They put it in here. They presumably have a way to get it out. How bad would it be if we run into a vampire and they snap their fingers and this shows up with the vampire?
It's bad enough what they're doing to the werewolves, but they created this thing as well.
What's worse is that they know they can succeed in creating something like this. So if they live to tell the tale, it's going to look like this is something they can do.
A button.
If we kill everything in this room, it looks like the experiment was a failure.
Chatter help because it blasts people like outwards from it if they fail the Constitution saving roll.
Yeah. One last thing. If they succeeded with it this time, what's stopping them from succeeding again?
By killing them and burning their material.
That thing's crying. I don't think they're succeeding at anything. I think they stitched a bunch of fucking finger shit together and that thing wants to be dead.
They're praising that damn thing. They consider it a success.
Yeah, they're also idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that thing looks and smells like it's not going to last.
I wouldn't concur or disagree with that.
Okay.
So I think we should put it out of its misery along with them.
Yeah, I think it's decided that we intend to do this combat doc.
We-
Is not always the best idea.
No, of course. It's all about what you guys want to do.
I don't think Sneck can walk away from an undead that is literally the embodiment of everything the king would stand against.
Snack?
So
It is crying, so it suggests that there might be some remnant of itself in there.
But it's literally a trapped soul that is being... Sneck does not hate this thing. If anything, he wants to put it out of its misery.
he hates what they've done to make
Yes.
it.
Like, the amount of enragement of I am going to flay these people alive is very clear, but none of that's directed at the beholder. The beholder is
Yeah.
You should not be
Yes.
in a be at peace way.
Yes. Taran doesn't
I am-
think- Taran
I
was
am
mostly
waiting-
implying that potentially the king could make its life better.
Thing wants to be alive.
there's no way. There's no way we could even get it to the king. Remember, we would have to move that all the way through the entire empire.
Talron floats the idea of, like, maybe we could bring it back to the kingdom and the king could fix it or something, and everybody's like, no!
There's so much I want to
he's
say,
not
but
wrong.
it's out of
It's
character
just-
knowledge.
It's just funny, the response. Sorry.
So
Sorry, Talon doesn't say this, but Talon really wants to say, I'm sorry, are you doubting the power of the king?
Not doubting the power of the king, doubting our ability to do this without having to dismember the thing and put it back together and making its existence all that much worse.
friends, if I use
When we go in there, if we kill the cultists and attempt to make an attempt to talk to it while we're killing the cultists.
We go in there, everything is dying.
I actually agree with
Talron,
Just
Jack here.
have
I am usually one for peaceful options, but how do you
I am
how
with
do
your
you
character.
suggest we get this across the entire empire?
I say you guys let me cast
How about
Shatter
and have
at
it fly
level
then?
3.
It can fly. beholders fly can fly 20, 40, 100 meters up in the air, avoid everything, and just go straight there.
See, we don't know. So, how high is the ceiling? Because I don't think it can fly that high. Also, there's no way for it to escape. Also, if you guys just let me cast Shatter at like level 3 in the middle of this room, I could basically like blast everybody. Because even if they fail their roll, if I blast it, then they literally will like get shoved to the edges of the room. They get shoved 10 feet away. And they also take 3d8 damage, and if I cast it at level 3, they take an additional d8 of damage.
Fine. If we're going to
Not
kill
bad.
it, though, put it out of its misery, we do it first.
I wanted to aim Shatter at it specifically.
Okay.
It'll affect everything within a 10-foot radius.
Okay. Before you cast Shatter, Snack would like to try to cast a spell, kind of basically the like second or so before Shatter would hit.
Okay.
So basically,
what is your
Snack
plan?
We could work together. Auntie.
Dispel magic.
Nice.
Very
Okay.
curious. One creature, object, or magical effect within range. Any spell of 3rd level or lower on the target ends. For each spell of 4th level or higher, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. The DC is 10 plus the spell's level. On a successful check, the spell ends.
But you could stop them from casting
So, Doc, what
on
level is that
the
spell?
Frankenation.
You don't know, but
you better know.
I do. I'll know what's up. Don't worry. There is and I'm so fucking glad you thought to do that, because there is absolutely a way that this goes if you cast that and succeed.
Nice.
All right. How very curious.
Is it possible for Alloy to move up a little bit without any of them noticing? the enemies?
You gotta roll a stealth plus 10.
Funky friend, and I don't know if I trust Kinky friend.
Stealth check plus 10. Do.
I really want this to work.
Oh, it's an 18.
Yeah,
Alright.
there you go. 18. You managed to get up to the door.
Tolerant just prepare to fire when Snack's thing happens.
Okay, so you prepare an attack action.
I'm also preparing my spell
And okay, so the plan, from what I understand,
and my
is
kazoo.
Piffles is gonna go in, cast Shatter. As
Well,
a
Snack
surprise.
is gonna catch the spell magic first,
Snack's gonna cast Dispel Magic first.
and then I was gonna
Rad.
cast Shatter.
Okay, cool. All right, rad. Okay. And then you're gonna cast Shatter, and then Talron's gonna cast, or rather, cast Bow. He's gonna attack.
Talon's gonna cast Arrow.
And then everybody else is like
Mark
ready
on it.
in an action to attack or run in and do shit. Yeah.
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 All right. But it's starting with Snack.
Yes.
All right, Snack,
Please,
are
for
you
the
within
Dice God
range?
be with me.
You're within
It's 120 feet. I am absolutely in range.
All right. Now, so you have to roll your an ability check
1d20
using your
plus 4.
spellcasting ability.
Yeah, it's 1d20 plus 4.
1d20.
So fun.
No, it's 1d20 plus your.
No,
It's just an ability check using his spellcaster abilities. So this could be
Just 1d10. It's just 1d20 plus 4, flat out, because I've got an 18.
okay. Hold on. Let me just see what I can find here. Maybe that'll work. All right. Roll me your spellcasting ability of Dispel Magic.
Please, dice be with me. Please.
Please.
Christ, nope.
Wait, is it the same as an attack?
No.
It's an
No,
11.
it's a DC equal 10 plus the spell.
It would have to have been a level 1 spell, and if that was the case, it would already have been dispelled by Dispel Magic in the first place.
So, you reach out with your mind and you cast Dispel Magic at this particular creature. It immediately stops weeping when you do this. The spell actually does, to some case, take hold of the creature. The 4 cultists who are standing around it, there's a brief moment where they stop speaking and look at the creature, confused, as the creature slowly begins to twist and turn. And out of its large, opening mouth, you hear multiple people screaming in an inhuman way.
I don't like that.
Down. That's the bad bees.
What difference you want to do your thing? You want to do the thing?
And in that moment, it then turns to one of the cultists and immediately annihilates him.
I think you just took out a control spell.
Anything 3rd level or lower got cancelled. Regardless of what I rolled, every spell below 3rd level or lower died.
Well, what about that one?
Shit. So I cast Shatter.
Same here.
You cast
I
Shatter.
did.
Where do you cast Shatter?
Like right around
Where the creature is?
Near the creature, so that everything is like caught within that, almost within that radius.
All right, they have to do a Constitution saving throw, and they take 3d8 on a failed save, and half as much damage on a success.
4d8 on a failed save because I cast it at a higher level.
Casting at a higher level. Okay, sweet. So the dudes who are standing there, those poor bastards, they have to make Constitution saving throws. That is a 12 against your spell save DC. What's your spell save DC?
14. They have to see, it's right there. It's Constitution save DC 14. They have to beat a 14.
All right, so they got to beat a 14. My God. All right, so that guy doesn't make it. The other 2 do also not make it. They take 15 thunder damage apiece.
17.
17 thunder damage apiece. These 2 are blown away and killed immediately in the blast. As they fly against the sort of half wall that's below. This guy is pushed against this wall here, and he takes that damage. He is still alive and is absolutely terrified by what is going on in this particular area. Hold on. There we go. There it is. Yes. So you've cast your spell. Who was going after?
The Abomination? Because I cast right near him? Like here?
Oh, yeah, that thing.
He should be getting hit with that, should he not?
He made it.
He made the DC! God damn it! The one thing that makes the fucking DC.
So if he makes it, he still takes half damage. Is that right?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, but he's not pushed if he makes
Let
it.
me take a look. Let me take a look here.
Creature made the inorganic materials such as stone, crystal, or metal has disadvantage on the saving throw. A non-magical object that isn't being worn or carried also takes damage on the spell's area. It's half on a failed save. Okay.
Cool.
As much on a successful one, rather. Yeah, okay, so he took 8 damage. Alright. You got it. That thing is still in the middle of the room. Who else declared an action?
Talron casts
Talron.
bow.
Talron casts bow.
Is it effective?
What are you shooting at?
And for friend.
Remember,
cultist.
opening salvo, 3rd attack.
Yes, I
Two
know.
of the cultists, so.
All right, so
the cultists and the zombies. Or skeletons.
Okay, yeah, those are skeletons. So you shoot for the cultist in the back. The 14 absolutely hits. Roll damage. 6. Are you gonna add your D8 to that one?
No, I'll just hit him with the second shot.
Okay. Right. So, you hit him with both shots. What roll damage for your second one? 8 damage. Okay, he's still just alive.
Barely.
And a third shot. Are you shooting for the cultist in the back?
Yes, I'm killing the cultist.
All right, so you land a third hit
Ow.
into the cultist in the back. He good God, that's a lot of damage. He
Dead.
takes that and slumps against the wall. 3 arrows stuck into him. The 2 skeletons that are at the front, though, now immediately, no longer under the control of their master, turn to attack anything else that is standing in the room. Did anyone else declare actions?
I cast me.
They attack the abomination?
When it's their
'Cause
turn, yeah.
Nice.
I don't think anybody else declared that they were going to do something for the surprise round, so I'm going to say at this point, everybody, select your icon and then roll initiative.
Time for aims. Select and then...
These here skeletons, they got a 14. And the beholder
Come
got a
on.
10.
Womp.
We're gonna do it like that.
As you can see, I am the fastest of
Initiative.
fast.
So you got 10, and the skeleton's got 14, which is good. And then we're gonna do this in descending order. So Piffles, you're up.
Okay. Hang on. Let me figure out what to do. Because now... What do I do? Oh. This thing probably isn't made of metal in any way. Heat metal would not help.
No, from what you can see, it's not a lot of metal in there.
It's a fleshy piece of gross.
Yeah.
I could cast Thunder Wave, but it's only a level 1 spell.
You also have the bad pipe still.
I do, but I kind of want to save that because if we're meeting this thing and there's still a lot to go, and we haven't even run into the vampires yet.
I was about to say, I'm
Yeah.
not sure you actually have a cast of the bad pipes left.
I think I do. I can't remember if I had 2 or 3 things for it.
I remember
I-
Doc saying you had 2 shots left.
Okay,
One
and
of which
have I
you used in that
one or-
room.
So
Yeah.
okay, I have one more.
Yeah.
Okay, I could do Thunder Wave and cast it at a higher level. Yeah, I'll do that. I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave with my kazoo at 2nd level. Trying to space out my spell slots to make sure that I've got enough for a long dungeon.
All right.
Down one of these, and I'm just making sure I take points off of my spell slot. There we go. Okay.
All right. So it's a DC 14.
DC 14.
Crack, crack.
Where's all
Thunder
that
Wave.
crackling coming from? There we go.
That's still Rainer. So DC.
Oh, that time that was me adjusting my mic so I could scratch my ear. Sorry.
That's okay.
It's alright. Shoot, do I have to move up for that? Because the 15-foot cube from myself, I think. Fuck. Hang on.
Go
how
for the
far away is
skeletons.
it? Yeah, that's what I was gonna go for as well, but I just need to do a quick Meb Sherman. Ah, for fuck's sakes. And now, sorry, I can't, apparently, because...
That's okay. So it's a 3 foot by 3 foot cube.
Yeah, it's not gonna reach them unless I go into the room, and I don't know if I want to do that, actually. I might have to undo.
You could move to this position, putting you in cover, I think. If you have the
I
ability to
don't
move
trust
that
that.
far.
I don't trust that. I don't feel comfortable getting near that abomination. Shit. Because I forgot that was from myself and not from...
Whoop.
It's not like Shatter where I get to choose it. It's from me. Shit. Okay. This is why I hate going first, because I have no fucking clue what I should be doing right now.
You can also hold your action.
You can hold your action if you like.
I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna hold my action because I have no clue what to do
Okay.
right now.
Um,
I don't.
do you want to just like stay this turn, or do you want to hold your action until a point Like, if you want to hold your action, you typically have to come up with, like, a trigger as to what will cause you to act next. Or do you just want to wait till next turn?
Until next turn. I don't know.
That's okay. Drakir,
It's
what
a
are you up
weird
to?
situation,
It is very weird.
and I don't know what to do in it.
Do I have line of sight on the beholder?
I mean, you're shooting through a door and past 2 pillars. Like, you do have line of sight very technically, but you would be taking disadvantage on any ranged attack you're making.
God damn it. I have to bite the bullet on this one.
Okay.
Moving in the cover.
All right. And what are we casting now? Scorching Ray. 1, 2.
Oh, no. Ignore that last
3,
one.
4.
I double-clicked by accident.
That's okay. So, yeah, you shoot 4 of your Scorching Rays.
Wait, no, it's 3. Somehow I got it. That should not have been...
How many Scorching Rays do you shoot?
I cast it at its regular level, so it's only 3. I don't know how that last... I know I double-clicked once, but I have no idea where that last one came from.
Okay, well, so we'll just take the top 3, as it shoots 3 of these beams, each beam doing 2d6 fire damage. Where are you aiming these beams?
At the beholder.
All 3?
Yeah.
Okay. So of your 3 shots, the last one hits. The first
Figured.
2 just go wide into the room.
And that's 8 fire damage for that.
8 fire damage, okay. Every little bit counts. I will mark that off. Bam. All right. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
Moving back out.
Yep, that's an option.
Got 10 feet.
You can move to there. Yep. All right. The skeletons. One of them, seeing that you're casting fire spells, goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Moving up to you, position there. And the other one runs towards the beholder with its fucking sword, swinging around. One of them swings at Drakir with a short sword. Does a 17 hit you?
Wouldn't I be behind cover?
No. It's a door. You just ran through it, so it would be open.
Okay, yeah, 17 hits.
17. All right. Short sword damage. Skeleton slashes. 6 piercing.
So here's the fun part. I have a spell cast on Drakir still.
Oh, hey! Yeah, what's that spell you got cast on him?
So it halves the damage he would take, so he
Okay.
only takes 3, and then splits the damage he would take rounded down between us.
So you
So
each
we
take
each
1.
take 1. Yeah.
There you go.
Nice.
So you each take 1 damage, and then the skeleton swings at the beholder, and with an 18 absolutely hits, doing 3 piercing damage to it. Oh, hold on. That's not the one. Yeah, I want that.
Low key, Drakir is actually the tankiest person in the party as long as I'm alive.
Yeah, it doesn't have any resistances. Huh. Okay. I thought that it might. So yeah, you guys, that is the skeleton's turn. Talrin, you're up.
Talrin's Pass Without a Trace is probably expiring soon anyway, so Talrin drops that. Use a free action to cast Hunter's Mark on the Beholder, and proceeds to cast Bow.
Hunter's Mark on the Beholder. I don't know, I'll make it like a little heart thing. And you cast Bow!
Critical hit!
30 and an 18, both of those hit. Roll me some damage on both of those. If you click the word longbow on the critical one, it should actually
Yeah, that's 11 plus 5.
Yeah, that's the 11 plus 5. So 16 plus 7 plus another 6 damage.
Wouldn't you get 2 hunter's mark, one for each hit?
Maybe. Hold on, let me check the spell.
7. And then another 6 damage.
It says ideal. Yeah, it does say whenever I hit with a weapon attack, so that would be another one.
Shit. 21, 28, 33 damage.
And it's another 5. All right. So you take. We absolutely get that done. Awesome.
I got relatively low damage rolls on some of those too. Good times.
Okay.
And then I stand here.
Okay. Did you do anything else with your turn?
Nope.
All right. Let's do that. Snack, you're up.
Move there, and the skeleton that's right by me.
Sacred Flame! Walking into the room. Casting some Sacred Flames. DC 15 Dexterity save or take 8 Radiant damage, and that's to the skeleton that's right next to you?
Yeah, if it fails, it takes half. Or if it succeeds, it takes half.
It doesn't. It takes that 8 damage. Alright, is there anything else you do with your turn?
Nope, that's it.
Alright, that creature is now currently flanked, but now it's the Beholder's turn. The Beholder, after getting stabbed by the fucking skeleton guy that's right in front of him, looks down, and from the huge fucking eye that's on the front of its face, casts a disintegration ray. The skeleton does not survive and is immediately reduced to a pile of gray dust.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah, it's 10d8 force damage, and if it kills you, it just obliterates your body.
Yeah, Sneck can't fix that.
Yup.
That's my favorite.
Oof.
The oof. It's everything I feel all at once.
And
In the soul.
after it disintegrates that thing, it immediately, looking around the room at everybody else currently being dead, spots you guys fighting this thing by the door. Starts making its way towards you. Caleb, what's up?
And you guys...
So much for sneaking.
Father, help!
Nice.
Unless I can sneak to about here, and then shoot it with my crossbow.
You can move to there, and shoot it. If you want to try to move to that place without being seen, you can try to wear... I was about to say wear your brown pants. You can try to roll a stealth check to get to that position, and try to, like, move there while the creature's distracted or not looking at you, presumably.
Okay, well, let's see if I need the brown pants. Stealth.
Roll me a stealth, my man. You're not getting a +10 from Talorant anymore, though, so it's just you and your bare bones stealth, my boy.
Do or die. Here we go. I said here we... Oh, uh-oh.
So that's your first.
First
Was
one.
a 26. Yeah, it appears as it's sort of lurching through the air unnaturally. It does not seem to take notice of you. You move to that position without being seen. My God, dude, a 26. Holy crap.
The thing is made of eyes. How did I do that?
Carefully.
Pretty sure a lot of the eyes may not actually work like they're supposed to.
Yeah,
Alright.
this is not frankengross.
Yes. And here's my response to that. shooting it with my crossbow.
Nice.
All right, so shooting with light crossbow at a 20, that absolutely hits.
All right.
Nope, there it is. Blam. The round takes a hit. Roll for damage.
With or without sneak attack?
With your sneak attack.
Okay, here we go.
The mag.
Bam!
We're looking at 18.
18 damage.
Shit.
It's hard to tell how it's doing. Everybody's been putting so much damage into it, but it's still
So
there.
it's a gaggle of limbs.
Is there anything else you want to try to do with your turn? Actually, you've made your skill check and movement and an attack, so you could like move another few feet if you want.
Let's see here. Bonus action, easier turns combat. This action may be taken to use the dash, disengage, or hide.
I mean, you're in cover. You're in cover. You could hide.
I could, and I think I will.
Like, that sounds like a great idea.
So that would be another stealth check, or
You've already made a stealth check this round, and you have just attacked the creature, so I'm not going to allow another one immediately.
okay.
Wait, but he literally has the option of taking the hide check as one of his actions as a rogue.
As his action, yes, but he has done a stealth, moved, and then attacked. So the only thing that he has left is a little bit of his movement.
Okay.
Yeah, like if he takes his action to do it, then he can do that.
He
would not have
has
been
a
able
class
to have
ability that
attacked.
lets him do it as his bonus action.
I feel like when it comes to rogues and hiding, people seem to forget that creatures have object permanence.
Not only that, but it's like he did use that already to hide at the beginning of the round to move stealthily into this cover and then attack with surprise. So at that point, it's like he wouldn't be able to do it twice. Like he's used all of his actions this round, with the exception
At
of
the
a
very
little
least,
bit of
he
movement.
could use his bonus action to get a dash, which lets him get another 30 feet of movement.
He's already used his bonus action.
Oh yeah. Well.
Yeah, you did the stealth
Right
at the beginning of the round.
Yeah, I think I know
it's
what you
okay.
mean. I mean, I did the move.
Yeah, you did stealth
From
and then move
here.
and then attack.
Yeah, the move to there. Then I used the hide action. Then I popped out, covered an attack. Okay, yeah, I see you. I see your train of thought.
You have enough movement to get back into where you were before because you only moved the 15 feet to get there. So you could use your other 15 feet of movement to get back to where you were at the door.
Yup, let's do that.
Yeah. All right. Alloy, you're up.
Cool.
Cool.
If this was there ever a moment to go ham, now would be it.
Yeah. All right, here I go.
Okay, we're also still going to want to deal with the skeleton right in front of us.
Oh, that's true.
So you could move, hit it, ideally kill it, then complete your move, and then go after the beholder, whatever with whatever you have left.
I'm gonna move right here.
Okay.
I am going to activate Fighting Spirit.
Strike. Yeah, as a bonus action on your turn, you give yourself give yourself advantage on weapon attack rolls until the end of your current turn. When you do so, you also gain 5 temporary HP. The number of temporary hit points increases when you reach certain levels in this class, increasing to 10 at 10th level and 15 at 15th level. You can use this feature 3 times, and you regain all expended uses of when you finish a long rest. So yeah, you now get advantage on all of your attack rolls this turn.
Yep, so I'm going to give the skeleton 1 attack.
Yeah, that hits. You absolutely crash into this thing with your blade, and it crumbles to the ground in a pile of bones and worthless armor.
Perfect.
Now, my 2 attacks are part of the same action. But would I still be able to hold that 1 attack further when the beholder gets within range?
You can even use the rest of you can like move to there, use 1 attack,
Oh, that's true.
and then move and then use your other attack.
Yeah, that's what I was
One
saying.
square.
You could literally just like move up, hit skeleton, and then move the rest of the way and dump whatever attacks you had left into the beholder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
Um,
We're gonna. Let's move on.
Does a 9 hit?
Sadly, a 9 does not hit. As you run up, you start swinging wild with this thing, but its motions are unnatural, and its strange movements through the air. It manages to evade you, letting out strange, unholy screams. Piffles, what are you doing? Piffles.
Look here.
Piffles,
Okay.
help.
I'm coming.
Piffles.
I'm gonna run up here, and now I'm gonna cast Thunderbolt, since other people are in the room, and I am not alone now.
Awesome. Yeah, so you run into that point and you let loose this.
Do you want to use my previous roll, or do you want me to cast it again?
Oh, this wicked thunder wave. I'm gonna say cast it again just because that was like a ways back.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm casting at level 2.
Level 2.
It's a level 1 spell, so I cast it at a higher level.
Okay. So it's got to make a DC 14 Constitution save.
Yep.
And it's otherwise it's 14 thunder damage, and I guess it's halved on a success. Is that right?
And hang on here. Let me just pull. Here, I'll just pop it in the chat for you, because it's easier. Womp.
Wave of thunderous force sweeps out from you. Each creature in a 15-foot cube or originating from you must make Constitution saving throw. Yeah, on a failed save, it takes it takes full damage. On success, it takes half. Okay, and then it isn't pushed. All right,
And it's pushed 10 feet away, and that's not pushed if it's yeah.
It makes the save, so it takes half
damn
of
it!
14.
Okay.
So it takes 8, I think.
I think it has a good Constitution save.
Look.
Yeah,
Must.
that's 8.
It has a
Bastard.
good everything.
So your spell slams into the side of this creature. You could see some of the stitching coming apart as it's floating in the air as your thing sort of slammed into it. Drakiara, you're up.
I fear the beast is beginning to weaken.
Ew. Gross.
Gross.
I am casting a twinned Ray of Frost.
Twin dress. Sorry, somebody was like, "Does a 9 hit?" 9. It's like, oh. Twin Ray of Frost.
That means I got
Didn't
2
do
shots.
with the heresy. Yeah. Casting both of those spells, you miss with both of those, dude. 14 and a 9 does not hit. I'm
Thankfully,
so sorry.
that was just a cantrip.
Both of those shots go wide, striking into one of the pillars, leaving a large chunk of ice frozen into the side of it. The skeletons are dead. Talrand, what's up?
Talrand moves over to about there, I believe.
Dope.
Yeah. And cast bow.
Cast bow!
So effective.
They hit.
First one hits. The second one, though, goes wide. Actually, wait, no, tie. No, wait, no, a 16 hits. A 16 absolutely hits. So both of your arrows strike on this creature. Roll me damage. Two 6s. And a 1 for Hunter's Mark and a 2 for Hunter's Mark. How
Wow,
much is that?
3 1s and a 2 on my damage. Fuck
Alright.
off.
Fuck this.
Very good.
I have a base +5 to damage.
All right, so how much is that altogether? How much is it altogether?
15.
15.
Okay. So, both of your arrows find purchase in the side of this creature. How do you want to do it?
Oh,
Oh my god.
The first arrow catches it towards its back, causing it to spin towards me.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the second arrow, I just a short statement of "May you find peace," and just a single shot straight into the center of the eye.
Oh man! As the last arrow finds its way into the center of the large eye in the middle of its massive twisted head, it starts to turn and thrash in the middle of the air. But then it slowly turns back and collapses against the wall, against that one pillar, and slumps down. Finally, it is dead.
Well, that went relatively well. Is everyone all right?
Combat's over.
My fucking god.
I am still intact.
Should we steal the eyeballs so I can put them in martini glasses to serve with the lady
No.
fingers?
No.
This is extra. You are not putting.
that big?
It's like a vampire bar!
Piffles, aren't you more like explosives and things? Stop playing with dead bodies.
I'm making cuisine.
Hey, Doc.
Yep.
Piff, this is not the time to be funny.
Cooking with piffles.
There are
What
two
you doing
things
over
I
there,
would
Snack?
like to do. A, I want to search for amulets and destroy them.
Yep.
And B, while we're kind of just idly sitting around here, I would like to, because it's just a cantrip anyway, just basically keep casting Sacred Flame until these corpses are basically just as close to dust as I can possibly get them on the cultists.
Absolutely. You walk around the room, and the blue sacred fire of the King of Autometh erupts from your hands as you just incinerate these bodies, one after the other, methodically going through and removing the bodies from the room entirely.
This guy right here, the guy that was right next to me, I personally take his amulet and crush it.
Dope. Yeah, you pick that amulet up and, just smash it, and it once again explodes into black dust, and a waft of energy releases from it.
I would like to go up to the table and look for something akin to an oil lamp or maybe a reserve of oil. Or anything that might be flammable.
Looking over the table, you see another large bloodstained tome, as well as a large scroll that is opened up on the table. On the scroll, you see a lot of writing in a language you don't recognize. Once again, Caleb, as you can read and write Primordial, it's writing that's it's like when you see things that are written in French and you took French when you were a kid, so you kind of get one or two words, but the grammar's all different and there's a lot of words there you don't understand.
I think I can understand what this is like. It's like Brazilian Portuguese versus Portugal Portuguese.
Chess.
Yeah. Either way, you do recognize a few of the words and some of the symbols that are being used, but largely it's a mystery to you. But what you are seeing in the scroll that is on the table is there is a large diagram specifically of a beholder.
I'm going to take the diagram.
Okay. So add to your inventory a scroll diagram of a zombie beholder.
Okay. What about that barrel right here? Is that a actual thing, or is that just there?
That's a barrel of organs.
Barrel of organ. Okay.
Gross.
It looks like a lot of pieces that were being used that didn't end up immediately in use, was kind of tossed in a bucket over there. Big old barrel of parts that got left over.
What can I find in the book on the table?
Going over the book again, you see that this is You're crackling a lot there, buddy. You see that this is, once again, it's in a language that you're not entirely familiar with, but flipping through it, you do see a lot of diagrams specifically dealing with flesh crafting and creating custom undead. So not just a beholder, but also creating, like, giants out of parts, creating huge Frankenstein monsters.
Same weight as the other book I found?
Yeah. You guys pick those up.
Whatever we do, don't let Piffles get these books.
Yeah. I am
What?
taking this straight to the Black King. Let him take a look at this.
All right. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna come up to here, turn to Snick, and just say, "You got one more on you?"
Try out eyeballs, put 'em in my pocket.
You got one more flame on you?
Gladly.
Piffles, are you
Right.
collecting eyeballs?
I'm gonna take the
Does
diagram.
Piffles take an eyeball?
Takes more than one.
These things are almost, each of the eyeballs are almost the size of your head. The one that's in the center of this creature is the size of Talron's fucking torso.
Okay,
If she tries to
I
go
thought
for an
they were
eye-
tinier eyeballs. I'm just gonna take one.
No, they're
If
big,
Piffles
gross, weird
if
eyes.
Piffles tries to go for an eyeball, I slap her hand. I hit her hand with my staff.
Like, don't stop it.
Piffles.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna stab you with a dagger. Don't slap me, bitch.
Piffles, why? Like,
Piffles?
I get you're
Shut
curious.
better look, damn it.
Enough, all of you!
Goblin's gonna
This
goblin.
needs to be destroyed.
And with that, I'm just gonna put the
And you need to not slap me. Thanks.
I'm just gonna put the diagram on the zombie beholder. Turn to Snick. Light it up.
We
Snack
should,
No one else will know this.
burn.
we should show this to the Black King and let him destroy it.
It's not leaving the room.
Yeah, we're not. How are we going to get it to the Black King?
It's a scroll.
Stay.
Oh, the
diagram, not the body.
there was talking about the body, and then
Yeah.
you said
He put the diagram on the body to be burned.
We are going full Viking funeral here, basically.
No.
Do you light it
Snack-
up with the diagram?
Yes, but first Snack would turn to Piffles and ask her. Snack does not ask you for much. Please put the eye back so we can be rid of this entirely. No part of this should exist in this world. It should never have been here. And Snack is like almost choking up as he's talking.
Yeah, she shuts up and puts the eyeball back.
Okay.
And Snack will
Um,
sit and just sacred flames basically until there's just nothing left.
Pale blue fire erupts out of your hands once more, lighting the large creature's mass. And as the fire presses and burns almost at an unnatural speed through this thing's corpse, you could swear an energy released from it wafting upwards into the air with the smoke and ash as it dissolves and disappears. Oh, yeah, that thing was on. That was burned.
Alright, just saying for the door. As he walks past Piffles, he'll just say, "Thank you." And head for the door.
Not even small ashes remain after the body is dissolved into the pale blue fire. You all find yourselves standing in a room with remains of multiple poor souls who were dragged in here, used to create this abomination, and the destroyed remains of their research. And with that, we'll bring this game to an end.
So that was our Christmas special, everyone.
That's your great. Merry Christmas! Happy New Year, everybody! Yeah!
I feel this was about 2 months late.
Yes, it is. This whole fucking thing is a little late, but that's okay. That kind of thing happens every now and then, but it's okay. But yeah, everybody, Merry Christmas! Yeah! Happy holidays! All
To
right.
make
Oh, I
a
tumbled.
lovely thing out of these fingers to put on a Christmas tree.
Make a little necklace.
No, I can just make a little garland of fingers and put it on a Christmas tree.
That's also true.
Asking out a character, what is your thing with fingers?
The joke I made and then held on to for the whole episode.
It's just goblin's gonna goblin. That's all.
Pretty much. Gobbo's gonna gob.
Also, asking out a character, what was the spell DC to try to dispel the beholder coming back to life?
So here's the fucking thing about that. In the game, there does not exist a spell to create greater undead at all, ever, anywhere. Players, under no circumstances, possess the ability to create the greater undead that you find. Zombie dragons, greater zombies of any kind, large bone constructs, fucking zombie beholders. All of these things exist within the narrative, and narratively, necromancers can control huge armies of the undead, but even a maximum level wizard necromancer, which is like mechanically the best version you can get to create just in terms of raw numbers, can only have something like 70-something lesser skeletons under their control at a time.
And that's using up all their spell slots.
That's using up all their spell slots, and that's using up, like, and every single day they have to refresh it, or else they lose control over all of these zombies. But it's like, that's the max they can hold over. That said, I'm sort of homebrewing that they had, like, an undead ritual, detailed perhaps on that scroll and in that book, that they used to create this being. That creating greater undead would be certainly allowable as a ritual with a lot of resources by players. Like, DMs can add those into the game at their discretion, but, like, very rarely do you find games that are, like, where the players are playing necromancers that are specifically looking to create and summon either large armies of the undead or large complicated undead that no spell actually exists to create.
Yeah, because Wizards of the Coast assumes you are playing a good aligned team, and it's just like, controlling an army of undead is something that should never really be under the premise of a team of players in their perspective.
I'm also just curious because I was like, you're going to need to know the spell DC for this, and I don't think one exists, so what were you planning?
I would say I would debate that Wizards of the Coast expected to play good aligned teams. I would say that Wizards of the Coast are like, we're going to fucking nerf mages because older editions had them able to do all this shit. And late game, it became, what are we going to do? We have a big problem. Well, everyone sits back and let the mage cast their, shift tectonic plates spell, and everything dies.
Yeah, they put magic in the game that is, like, attainable for players and heroes, but, like, big boss characters obviously have access to different levels of spells and abilities and things that players just never get access to, which I personally think is a bit silly because, like, players should be able to attain and do all of the things that they run into and see throughout the game, at least on a macro level. That said, I can absolutely understand why Wizards of the Coast was like, no, we're not going to give you the ability to make huge, monstrous undead or massive armies of the undead without needing to spend a lot of resources, A, and B, there being some kind of cap, like, on that thing. For me, though, I'm like, if you're playing this game and you're one of these characters, I will absolutely, if you do the research and look around and, like, focus this, like, we had a necromancer-focused character in the A-team at one point, and I was 100% going to allow them to take this research and make these things. But it would just take a lot of time, take a lot of resources, and it would be very intense. Like, it's possible, it's just, takes an equal amount of work.
The B team is not interested in this kind of research. Like, Drakiar is interested in learning about it so he knows how to counter it, but that's about as far as he's willing to take it.
Yes, Snack would have problems if people in this group want to take it further than that.
Yeah, definitely, and also, definitely something off what I said earlier about them nerfing mages. Wizards of the Coast definitely is going for more magic light than they used to be in general.
Yeah, they want to definitely these days. They're balancing magic in more with what everybody else is doing. just in terms of like ability and damage and stuff like that, because they just don't want mages to fucking call down the moon like they used to be able to.
Well, even before that, like how common is magic equipment?
Yeah.
It's not. There's like, if it's an uncommon piece of magic equipment, you essentially don't find it, according to the DMG. Right?
Yeah. Like, it's gonna be hard to find some of these things. And you guys are level 5, so like, I'm not gonna show you too much about what's behind the curtain. There are magic items in some of the places that you guys have been, but not on the characters that you guys have been fighting, and not in the places that you've been looking. That there is a level of investigation that can be employed. I'm wholly to the opinion that if you did attempt to search in some of those things or find those items, you probably would have gotten yourselves killed easily. So that's its own thing.
What?
means we have to
high-level
backtrack.
visitors that we saw at the slave party had magical items, and
No
then they just
way.
peaced out, and
Yeah.
we didn't fight them because they would have absolutely fucking murdered our faces off. No.
Yeah, like there do exist magic items, but yeah, they're rare.
Like, especially compared to, like, I originally started playing 3.5, where if you wanted
Jesus,
a magic
yeah.
item, you went to the stores like, I'd like my sword enchanted with flames, please. And they're like, okay, that's 80 gold. Thanks.
Yeah,
It was never that cheap.
I remember
+1 was pretty cheap.
at the one campaign
It's
that
like
I finished,
1,000 gold.
I was given a bunch of platinum at the end, and we were about to start. We never actually got into the second campaign, but I was playing a sorcerer, a necromancer, a focused sorcerer, which was silly, honestly. But at the end of it, I was like, yeah, I'm going to get some magic tattoos put on my character, because those exist. And I'm going to, like, buy a few of these magic items. They're like, nice. That takes all of the money that you got for saving a kingdom. Like, all of that, I blew it all on magic items. And I had, like, a handful of things that were really cool and that I could enjoy. And I'm glad that I spent them on magic tattoos and not just regular magic items, because the beginning of the next thing was going to immediately fucking Samus Aran us from Metroid and just strip us of all of our shit at the beginning of the campaign anyway. So I was like, oh, good. I didn't do that. That's nice. Thank you. But yeah, that indeed brings us to the end of today's campaign. This was absolutely a side boss that mechanically you didn't need to take, but I'm glad that you guys actually decided to get in there and fight. It had a really decent chunk of HP that you guys, like, as a group worked your way through. I am glad that it didn't attack any of you. Because if you didn't get a chance to actually do enough damage to kill it on your turn, Talrand, it was absolutely going to try to disintegrate somebody. And I don't know if anybody's got enough HP to even survive a succeeding of the throw.
I could have survived it. Think the snake's spells basically make me take 1/4 damage, but I would not be happy. Neither would Snek be, because he also has to take 1/4 damage.
Yeah, it's 45 damage, halved force damage.
It doesn't say half.
Halved rounded down, so it'd be like
No,
22.
if you succeed in your DC 14 dexterity saving throw, then you take half damage, I believe.
Wait, was it guaranteed 45
Or
damage?
take this teacher. Oh no, it's you succeed a DC 14 dexterity saving throw, or you take 45 damage.
So yeah, if it tried
The
to
scary
melt me,
thing?
there is a reasonable chance I might survive.
So if it had hit, yeah, nobody has that much health. If it hit any of you, you'd have been dead.
Except
Alloy.
for Drakir.
Alloy
If
has
it-
44 HP.
No.
Here's the thing, I
no.
also have 5 temp HP.
That's
Remember-
right. You just would have survived. Oh my god. That thing would have blasted you into a wall, and that would have sucked.
Remember, Snek's spell reduces all damage I take to just 1/4 of what it would have been, but Snek has to take 1/4 as well.
Yeah, so if you hit Drakir for 45, you would cut it in half and round down. So 44, that's what?
22.
22. So he would take 22, but then that is split evenly between him and I. So we'd each take 11.
11 force damage, yeah.
off of an attack that does 45 damage.
What is,
thought it just
link
split
that
the
spell
time.
in the chat again for me?
Yeah, I was pretty sure,
Sure.
it just split the damage half.
I'm pretty sure it just splits the damage. It doesn't have it and then have it again.
No,
I
it
think
has
just
it, and then
splits
we
it.
each. Hold on.
Yeah,
That's-
link it for me. Warding bond. So, willing creature you touch with a creature must come between you and the target until the spell ends.
Oh yeah, so no, we would each take half. You're right.
Yeah, the target's within 60 feet of you gets a +1 bonus to AC and saving throws and resistance to all damage. So you still gain resistance. Also, each time it takes damage, you take the same amount of damage. The spell ends if you drop to 0 hit points. Yeah, so it's just half. He takes half damage from everything, but
and then I take
you
the same
both
amount.
take the full amount of whatever that is. So it is
doesn't
as
actually
if
reduce the
each
damage
attack
you take.
against him is halved.
I could
you
survive
take half.
22 damage, so
Yeah.
You each
I would
could
not be
just
happy.
survive that. Yeah, no. Like I was literally just gonna roll a dice and be like, okay, well I'm gonna roll a d6 and
See, that was what I was going to cast on my turn.
see what's up.
Which is before the
three
beholders.
choice, whatever the thing. Roll d4. Oh, and they can add that to a roller saving throw. Cool.
Yeah, that was my backup plan. Is I was going to move up to beside the beholder and then cast that on me, Quad, and Piffle, since we were the 3 people that were close to it.
Fuck. Oh.
Yeah.
if I made the saving throw, I would have only taken 11 damage, and I would have still not have been happy, but I would have been able to keep going.
Doc,
Yeah.
I would have survived.
45 damage?
Absolutely.
You have 41 health. Do you have temp HP?
Bone pile.
Oh yeah, he's got bone pile. If he gets reduced to 0 HP, he has a chance of reconstituting himself.
And it specifies if it reduces the thing specifies if it reduces you to 0, it disintegrates you, but it doesn't actually fully reduce me to 0 because I instead of dying get 1 health.
Because he has to take enough damage equal to his con multiplier past 0 to be killed outright.
I'm not sure if that would work with the disintegration.
I think that'd be up to DM's decision in that case.
No, if this damage reduces a creature to 0 hit points, its body becomes a pile of fine gray dust.
Yeah.
So he would hit 0 hit points
and then be
would
obliterated.
and be obliterated.
Well, how the bone pile works though is it says instead of going to 0, you drop to 1.
But you would be killed outright, so you wouldn't get to go up to 1.
Kill outright is a special thing where you take enough damage past 0 that it equals your con modifier.
If it gets you to 0, you just die and you turn into a pile of fine gray dust. It disintegrates you. But
you're dead, dude.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd probably toss a coin on that one because that's DM's discretion over whether or not you guys just lose that dude. But this is
Honestly, I would just revivify whoever died. So
this is the first.
No, you can't revivify.
You can't.
From disintegration. You need true resurrection.
Even then, true resurrection requires a body part of some kind.
Instant death. Massive damage can kill you instantly. When damage reduces you to 0 hit points and there is damage remaining, you die if the remaining damage equals or exceeds your hit point maximum.
Yeah.
I have 41 hit points. I'm still so in the clear that I'm not dead outright. So instead of hitting 0, I go to 1.
On normal circumstances, yes. But this is 2 abilities that are kind of conflicting because with the case of Disintegration Ray, it's if it just gets you to 0, you're done. You're dead. You don't get saving throws. You are obliterated. But Bone Pile is when you are reduced to 0 hit points but not killed outright, you can drop to 1 hit point instead. The thing is the mechanics of Disintegration Ray would kill you outright. So it's like under that circumstance, that would absolutely still, I believe in that circumstance, at least on a mechanical level, that still would have killed you. I'm glad it didn't. So
I'm looking right here. True resurrection does not need a body.
Does it not?
It's like resurrection needs Resurrection needs a body part, but true resurrection needs nothing. You just need to speak the creature's name.
Tolerant, true resurrection. Oh God, I have organs again. Oh God, oh, what is this? This is so weird.
Like,
the spell can even provide a new body if the original no longer exists, in which case you must speak the creature's name.
Yeah,
True resurrection is the I don't care. You're coming back to life now.
Well,
but that's also why it's a 9th level spell.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Maybe we should start wrapping up the stream.
That's game for today.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, that was a good chat though. That was a nice, like, sort of little post game jibber jab. I'm really glad that you guys got through that. Truthfully, I was worried that it is like the challenge rating for that creature was 5, so it was something that you guys were supposed to be able to handle, and it's possible that even if it did start using its disintegration beam, that it could have killed some of you, but you largely would have still been able to prevail. So I'm glad that we made it. That's good. As it is,
disintegration is a scary spell.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
The disintegration ray is absolutely awful. But thank you all so much for coming out. Thank you for your views, your donations, your bits, your subscriptions, and all your wonderful attentions. It's been so great seeing you guys all here. I, of course, have been your kind and benevolent DM, Dr. Terawat, this evening, and we are joined by our wonderful players. Going down the list here, we've got Esteban playing Talrand, our skeleton archer.
I'm pretty good at casting bow.
We got Rainer playing Drakiar, our draconian sorcerer.
I have no words.
And we've got Kaldaka Gray playing Snek, our kobold cleric.
Snek is going to find everything in this place and burn them down.
We got Quad playing our warforged warrior Alloy.
I cast me.
And we got Caleb playing our Air Genasi rogue. Or Palanthir playing Caleb, the Air Genasi rogue.
You know, I had something witty lined up, but, you know, my brain
I goofed it. I'm sorry. And last but certainly not least, we've got Mbisaurus Rex playing Piffles, our goblin bard.
I just wanted to be a goblin bartender in a vampire bar, and everyone was mean to me instead and mocked me.
Maybe
and I'm
one
going
day
to
you
poison
will
them
be.
all so they shit themselves. But not die, just shit themselves.
Okay.
Except for Snek, because he's sad, and I care about him a whole bunch, because he's also Tiny Crew.
Small,
And maybe
tiny
not
crew.
Tiny
He's
crew for
Tiny
life.
Tiny Crew
Tiny
for
crew
life.
for life. So
For the
thank
Tiny
you all.
Green Crew! Well, you're not green, but still, Tiny Crew.
Thank you all so much for coming out. We'll see you all tomorrow on our next D&D live stream. End of line.